Diamond Suites can accommodate groups from 10 to 100 guests. Single game packages include a great food menu as well as beverage and parking passes. To purchase, visit whitesox.com/group. Let's get down to it. Let's bring in my partner, Ed Farmer, with the play-by-play.
All right, Darren, there's a certain edge to this game tonight, and I know why it is, because the Cubs are here. White Sox are trying to prove something, and they're trying to prove that they're better than a record of 48-50. We've had a couple of losing streaks, and one was substantial of losing games. I shouldn't say streaks, but losing 18 of 20 or whatever it was at the time, and now dropping some in a row and then losing 15 out of 16. But you're going to have another series where you're going to win a lot of games, too. It's just this division's up for grabs. We're 8.5 games back. You play better baseball the next week. We don't know what Cleveland's going to do. Detroit's sandwiched between us and also the Cleveland Indians. And also on the way there is Kansas City. They're the champs from last year. They're 8 games back.
You know, you can definitely look at the roller coaster ride for so many teams this year, whether they've been really hot and then cold immediately. Yeah. But at some time, every hot team has cooled off this season.
Dexter Fowler, as Darren mentioned, with the lineups, he will lead it off, the designated hitter. They did make news today. The Cubs have acquired Aroldis Chapman from the New York Yankees for some players, and he's trying to make this game tonight. He may be here right now. González to the one. Here's the pitch to Fowler. Right down the middle, strike one. It is thrown at 7:10. Game time temperature 84 degrees. Southeast winds at 7. Fowler waits, the left-handed batting outfielder, but the designated hitter tonight. That's down 1 ball, 1 strike. For González to be good, we both believe this, me and Darren, that he's got to get his curveball over. We're not talking about situations where you're trying to get it out, just to get them off your fastball. Throwing it over, pitch one. To the wind, the right-hander deals this one to center field on a line of play for Shuck. Almost in his tracks, now moves back and makes the catch. So Fowler opens the game with a line out to center, and here's Chris Bryant.
Yeah, it's always paramount for a pitcher to be able to use more than one pitch effectively to keep an opponent off of that pitch. And his curveball definitely sets the tone. It's slow enough to where it keeps them in between off of their fastball.
Bryant is an impressive-looking player, a good-looking hitter, good third baseman. 284 with 25 home runs and 65 runs batted in for the Cub third baseman. He spreads out his stance and is the crouch at home plate. You throw him something down and away, you better duck on the mound because he hits the ball back up the middle with the best of them. This one, swinging a long one to left. This is tagged, going back Cabrera at the track. He leaps at the wall, jumps, and he makes the catch against the wall in left field. How about that? The play of the game is the second ball hit of the game.
You could not ask for a better time to play than what just happened with Melky Cabrera. You don't need this tone to be set. 1-0 after 2 batters. And Cabrera indeed got back, made the jump, perfect timing, and robbed Bryant of his 26th.
That ball was gone, partner, too. It was gone.
26th home run of the year. And that grab of the game is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. It's Miller time.
Cabrera hit the deck. I mean, there was another guy out there that wanted to make the play, and that was the spectator. The fans still on their feet with that takeaway of Bryant, which would have been his 26th home run. And 2 down, and here's Anthony Rizzo, their talented first baseman at 287. And that was down for ball 1. Rizzo's other numbers, 24 home runs, 75 runs batted in. You can play first base, velvet hands over there. These guys have a good team, make no mistake about it. Cubs play tonight, blue tops, great traveling pants. White Sox in that uniform from 1983. The 1-0 to Rizzo, that's down 2 balls, no strikes. I mentioned Chapman came from the Yankees, but going to New York. Torres, right-handed pitcher Adam Warren, they got him from the Yankees. Now he's going back home. Billy McKinney, an outfielder, and Rashad Crawford, the outfielder, going to New York for Aroldis Chapman. There's the 2-0. Rizzo takes that one up and in. 3 balls, no strikes.
And looking at the history between Rizzo and González, the way he's pitching him, you'd think it'd be a lopsided affair. He's just 1 for 3 against him.
333.
1 for 3 shouldn't instill fear in your heart as a pitcher.
They have the shift on for Riz. That pitch in the strike 3-1. In his career, González is 0-1 against these Cubs. a complete record in his major league history anyway of 41-38. On the other side, Arrieta, he's 3-1 against the Sox in his career. He's got 68 wins and 42 losses in his big league career, and he's got the Cy Young. The 3-1 to Rizzo. Make it close, but not a strike. That looked pretty good.
Just outside.
Ball 4.
Yep. That's the 51st walk of the year for Rizzo, which places him, he is 7th in the American League in that check that the National League in that category.
That's the 31st walk issued by González in what is 82 1/3 innings. That's a lot of walks. To go with his 62 strikeouts, you want to have 3-1 or 4-1 if you can. There's Zobrist, downstate Illinois. Ben Zobrist, switch batter. The pitch inside low for ball 1. From the right side, 293. From this side, left-handed, 265. Overall, 274, and he's got 13 home runs. Madden wanted him, and he got him. This is a valuable player.
From their time together down in Tampa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
1 ball, no strikes. Rizzo at first, 2 down. The 1-0. That's a strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
And Zobrist, 29 at bats, by far the most in this lineup for the Cubs against González. He's 6 for 29, a couple of doubles and a home run.
P.U. Epstein has done a nice job putting this club together. He was at Baltimore when I was there. Then he went with Larry Lucchino to San Diego and then on to Boston. There's a throw over to first. That is not going to fool Rizzo, but then again, he didn't have a big lead either. Cubs 59-38. Paul Konerko threw out the ceremony of first pitch. We're going to have him with us in the 3rd inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 is Zobrist. Foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes down. Chase that pitch that was up. Then moves Salvadino from right field down to the skin part of the infield and taken Anderson as shortstop, plugged him in to the first base side of second. And the 1-2, a swing and a foul back. Rizzo took, Zobrist took a shot at left on a pitch away right there.
Yeah, with the shift on and you pitch him away, he seemed to have an idea the best thing to do was go that direction because of it.
Well, you're overloaded on one side. We talked about this so many times, Darren. You're overloaded on one side of the infield. Now Anderson is moving more towards the middle of the diamond. González will look at first, the 1-2. Zobrist fouls that off the end of the bat. But you're basically, when you start pulling the ball and they have 3 people over there, you're hitting right into their hands. That's what you're trying not to do, and you do it anyway. When they throw you a pitch away and there's 1 defender over on the left side and you're a left-handed batter, go that way. I know it's not easy.
Well, it's not the easiest, that's for sure, to do it with authority at least. You could do it meekly for an easy out.
That pitch up and in, the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ben Zobrist.
But that's something that you and I have been talking about for quite some time now. I feel it's your job. If you see that an opponent has taken away a strength of yours, well, then you better make a weakness your strength and beat them.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Rizzo not going anywhere, away from first. And the 2-2. Zobrist swings long one to right foul. It's way down the right field line and way out of play.
It seems to me that a lot of ball players don't realize there's really only one reason that you are here entertaining these fans, and that's to win the game.
Exactly right.
Any way possible.
Yeah, you leave everything on the field, and if you don't, go over and shake his hand. If you don't win, we'll tell him you'll be back tomorrow and play just as hard, if not harder. 2-2 the count on Zobrist. A lengthy at bat facing Miguel González. That one close, didn't get the call. That looked pretty good.
A lot of times I've talked to coaches and they'll say, hey, look, I'm not going to ask a player to do something he's not capable of doing. If they're putting a shift on and he knows that his player doesn't have the ability to hit the ball the other way, well, I look at it as if, well, then it's time for him to learn.
Or if he doesn't want to learn, then you're going to get yourself another ball player.
But, I mean, if management thinks that way, then it's, to me, it's not the right way to think.
No. The 3-2 pitch, the runner goes. Here's bouncing ball to first to Abreu. Chest high hop, and that'll take care of Zobrist, and the Cubs are out. No runs, no hits, a walk. A spectacular catch by Melky Cabrera on a ball that was hit by Bryant. And 1 left after a half inning. Cubs fail to score. The White Sox are coming to bat here at U.S. Cellular.
Depot.com.
White Sox bat here in the first inning. We're broadcasting from the U.S. Bank radio booth here at U.S. Cellular Field. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the White Sox, may not be reproduced, retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent. Major League Baseball, the Chicago White Sox Baseball Club, and WLS AM 890 radio station. Here's Eaton, and he has had a pretty good homestand thus far. He is 8 out of 13. He scored the winning run yesterday in the full game and drove in the winning run with the ninth inning single to get Alvy Garcia with the winning run in what was a suspended game. Arrieta's first one in there for strike one. And Jake works from the stretch windup. The 0-1 is swinging a ground ball to short. Playable for their shortstop Russell to throw to first. Perfect to get him. And he's still hobbled a bit by that sore foot.
Yes, he is. Talked to him today about it, and he kind of just gave me a head shake when I said, how's that foot? Said it's getting better, but it hasn't really stopped him from performing, that's for sure.
He's got a protective guard on the top of that, too, doesn't he?
And he should.
Yeah.
Hit another one off of that without that protection. And
he's got a little hitch in that get along already. You don't need another one. Here's Anderson. Line drive, jumping at second base. Really didn't have to get up. Baez that makes the catch on a liner. So quickly, though, two batters up, they're both out.
A running 96-mile-an-hour fastball in the hands of Anderson on our Xfinity speed gun. Xfinity will change the way you experience TV. And so you're learning if you're a younger player and you know, hey, I don't need to be too patient against this guy. He's going to get ahead with the fastball. Be ready for it.
Well, if you know that, you go up there as he did and wail.
I like it.
There's Melky Cabrera. 301 on the year with 9 homers, 44 runs batted in, facing Jake Arrieta with the bases clear and 2 down. Arrieta's delivery inside with what looked like a cutter. Ball 1.
Let's just say this. 122 innings pitched,
yeah.
Just 7 home runs given up by Arrieta this year. Get your hits.
There's 129 strikeouts, and that one's up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. There's 129 strikeouts, and he's walked 44. I thought the walks might be lower, than 44.
Right. But you know what?
I thought maybe in the 20s.
I think when you have so few amount of hits given up,
yeah,
that you're trying to be so fine with your pitches that you're going to walk some.
Here's the 2-0 to Melky. He's trying to walk him. That one's out of the strike zone, 3-0. When Montero can't catch it, the home plate umpire is going to be hard-pressed to call that a strike.
Yeah, we found that out. Well, he was set up on the outside corner, and it was way off the inside corner, so he didn't get that glove over there in time.
The 3-0, that's ball 4. So each pitcher got the first 2 men out in this first inning and walked about it.
Yeah, we were talking about those walks for him, and he's definitely going to make sure he doesn't just lay it in there. The 7 home runs indicate that.
So here's Abreu, 273 with 11 home runs. On the rise with the average at 273, and the pitch, that's low ball 1. This is a tight strike zone. The catcher, Montero, going to the mound to talk with Arrieta, his pitcher.
Hey, Sox fans, join us as the White Sox host the Orioles on Saturday, August 6th at 6:10. The first 20,000 fans will receive a White Sox retro batting practice pullover presented by Coca-Cola.
Looking at some of the notes, one of them has the White Sox down 8-0 to the Cubs early in 2002 and coming back and winning the game. Don't want to be in that position tonight. The 1-0 to Abreu, that's down 2 balls, no strikes. And then we're down 8-0 on the 28th of July, 2002. Came back to defeat the Cubs 13-9. And the White Sox began the comeback with 1 out in the 4th inning, including Paul Konerko in that inning, a 2-run homer. He will be up with us in the 3rd. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 to Abreu, swinging a bouncer to short. To Bryant, the third baseman in front of Russell, the shortstop, throws him out, and that'll do it for the Sox. No runs, no hits, a walk. And each team has left the runner. To the second here at U.S. Cellular, Sox and Cubs are scoreless.
This is WLS. The White.
Followed by Addison Russell, the shortstop. The closest the team has come to a run, well, Bryant hit one that was out of here, and Cabrera went up and over the fence and left to catch it. There's a strike called on Contreras. Wilson Contreras, 277, 5 homers and 16 runs batted in. Spread out stance slightly, right-handed batter's box. Trying to step kick in the 0-1, make that 0-2. He's looking for the ball somewhere other than away.
What gives you that indication?
Well, those two were either center cut or down the outer half of home plate.
Outside corner.
Yeah.
A couple of cutters. This is his first taste in the big leagues this year.
0-2 pitch outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Prior to this year, last season he played as high as Double-A and had a good year, hit .333.
Don't tell me he was 1 for 3. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 pitch struck him out on a hook.
No, he played every day, all day in the minor leagues. No 1 for 3.
Yeah. He's from Puerto Cabello in Venezuela. That's a beach city there.
What gives it away? What word?
No, I've been there.
Porto?
They have very strong tides there. Very strong. You don't realize you're in one, and you can drown there with ease. Harmon Hill, who was a player with the Minnesota Twins and a real fast guy, he was playing winter baseball when I was down there, and he went swimming there. Did not work out. 0-1 the count. Puerto Cabello. The 0-1 foul back. The count now 0-2 on Jason Hayward. Here's a guy that we saw him in right field there, and tonight he's in center field. Yeah. They've yet to get Fowler back on the field. He's the designated hitter tonight.
I guess he's one of those guys. We talk about Eaton's defensive metrics.
Yeah.
Hayward's are up there annually.
The 0-2 pitch. He's out on strikes. So the strikeathon here in his second for González. He's got 2 out on strikeouts. Contreras, now Hayward, and they'll deal with Addison Russell, their talented shortstop.
I talked to Jason Hayward today. First of all, you always have to remember when you're standing next to him that he's a giant.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
You're thinking, oh, center fielder, huh? He really takes me back when I was standing there talking today of Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah.
This guy's about 6'6", except for he's bigger than Strawberry.
Well, he'll fill up the dugout when he goes in there.
Oh,
you can see him down there now. Russell swings at the first one, a fly ball to right field, and playable for Eaton. This is going to be a quick inning. It is, as he makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs. 4 straight retired by González. Halfway through the second, no score. Sox and Cubs.
Chicago White Sox.
After that, face Jake Arrieta. 12-4 on the year is Jake with an earned run average of 2.60. And a delivery, strike 1 called. Darren, he does something unusual for a lot of right-handed pitchers. He steps towards our dugout. He works from type of a stretch windup, and then he fires across his body to get the inside corner. The 0-1 is swinging strike. 0-2 now.
It seems to me there's more and more pitchers that throw like that now.
Yeah.
They're not in that direct line, what you were taught, what I was taught when I was a kid, to deliver a pitch to the plate, a direct line to the plate. That's where your foot was striding.
0-2 the count. Morneau waits, and the 0-2 pitch. Dirt swung on a miss, strike 3, ball gets away. Montero, he throws first 2-3 on a strikeout. When I was pitching for the White Sox, my foot on the right side of the pitching rubber, way at the end.
Yep.
3/4 of my foot was actually off the pitching rubber. The only thing that was really on it was maybe the back 3 inches of my heel.
Yep.
And I threw that way. When I threw my curveball, it was actually behind a right-handed batter, and he was moving.
But you didn't stride across and throw around your body. You did.
Yeah.
Your stride was toward the dugout.
Mine was closed, yeah. That's a strike right there to Frazier. Yeah, I threw across my body. But it felt comfortable for me.
Well,
I thought it was in a direct line, you know.
Absolutely. It has to.
And it made it even better to throw inside the left-handed batters because I'd throw it at him and it'd tail back. The 0-1 to Todd. The breaking pitch over. Now it's 0-2. Arrieta's throwing strikes. With one exception, that was Cabrera, a walk in the first. 1 out, bases cleared, no score here in the second. First of 4, 2 here with the Cubs, and then 2 over at Wrigley Wednesday and Thursday. A 2-strike pitch way outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. We see that from just about every pitcher.
What's that?
They get 2 strikes, and then there's one that's not even close.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm never going to be a believer in it. It doesn't matter. You and I can talk about it forever, and we see it's taught that way, and pitchers feel that way about it, but I don't agree.
The 1-2, way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Don't you think it comes from Little League or wherever he started to play? They said, don't make a mistake on 0-2. It was okay to make a mistake on 2-2 or 3-2?
I was never taught that as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
Never.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Rolled to third to play for Bryant. Room service hop. Chris has it. Throws to first to get him.
As a kid, Ed, I used to think it was more pride striking a guy out on 3 pitches.
Yeah.
I mean, that was more fun than wasting any.
You learn as you go on and evolve through years of playing in the big leagues that the least amount of pitches you throw is the way to go. And if you're a strikeout pitcher, you have no problem throwing it to a corner on 0-2.
Absolutely. Or just blowing a fastball by somebody. It's like, hey, go sit down. Adios, amoeba.
I never said that to him, but I was thinking that.
I know
you don't swing at this.
I know your attitude. Yeah. I know that.
There's J.B. Shuck. And Shuck looks for strike 1 on the inside corner.
It's probably more like shut up and go sit down.
J.B. 240 with 3 homers and 13 runs batted in. Come on, I'm not like that.
Oh, yeah.
0-1 the count, the 1 strike pitch. That's fouled on the ground. The count now 0-2. Neither team has a hit. We're in the second. They've had base runners, a walk for each club. Rizzo walked in the first for the Cubs, and Cabrera with 2 outs walked for the Sox. They're in the second. The first 2 up or out. And the 0-2 to J.B. Shuck, fouled at home plate. The note on González here in the second inning when he's pitching against the Cubs, struck out Contreras, Hayward, and then got Russell on a fly ball to right. That was it. Detroit left here and went to Fenway Park in Boston. They're in the 5th. In the back bay of Boston, it's 1-0 Red Sox. 0-2 when the 0-2 pitch fouled off the catcher. Arrieta was going to the dugout. The home plate umpire said, not so fast, my friend.
Arrieta's very effectively using his 95, 96 mile an hour fastball and that big looping 80 mile an hour curveball.
Did you ever have the flat brim cap on a baseball field?
No, I was taught you had to put a little arc on it.
Yeah, the 0-2 pitch struck him out at a changeup. That'll do it for the Sox. Sandwiched between 2 strikeouts, a Frazier ground ball to third, and Arrieta's retired the last 4. We're on to the 3rd inning here at USA. Paul Konerko will be with us in the bottom of this 3rd inning. Montero the catcher. Miguel leads it off in the first one. González is charging the strike zone, 0-1. Here are the numbers for Miguel. Montero, 196 with 5 homers, 21 runs batted in. 0-1 the count. Shift down also for Montero in the 0-1. To analyze the strike zone, didn't get the call, 1-1. See, from up here, Darren, from where we are, those seem like strikes. But then again, we're slightly askew of home plate. We're left of home plate.
Right. I mean, they're not missing by much, but are just missing.
1 ball, 1 strike, the 1-1. A swing and a foul to play the left in the air, 1-2. Arizona Diamondbacks, all-time leader among catchers with 837 games, 93 homers, 431 runs batted in. That covers 7,056 innings. Ouch.
Break it down, why don't they?
Get the net. That one's high. The count now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, you mentioned the 196 batting average for him this year, and that's playing regularly. He has 153 at bats. He's just not been hitting.
We want to keep it that way right now with the count of 2-2.
Don't change a thing, baby.
Saladino's in short right. The 2-2 pitch, swinging a long one to right. That's going to be way foul. That had more than enough to get out of here. I thought that was headed to the First Merit Bank Stadium Club over there.
That is a feeling for a hitter to hit one that hard and far that just is great, even if it is foul.
Yeah. González steals the 1-2. This one fouled on the ground. That hit his foot.
Yeah, that's not good after, though.
No. How many times did you hit a ball like he hit the first one and then followed it up with a home run?
I did it one time.
Yeah,
and
that doesn't happen much.
No, in Babe Ruth, I did that. It was awesome.
Folks, I'm sorry. I need to qualify.
I remember it, so it was monumental.
Sure. The 2-2 pitch in, 3 balls, 2 strikes. See, I let my guard down once, and he comes right over the barrier. Yep, that's fine. 3-2 the count on Montero. Left-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Lone defender on left side, Todd Frazier. To the wind, González steals the 3-2. Swinging a high fly ball, playable on left for Cabrera. Towards the line, puts the brakes on, makes the catch. He's having fun. He was breaking that down early, wasn't he, with those little tippy-toe steps that he had working?
And then he's got, he's got the glove pat on the thigh before he reaches up and catches it with that one hand. Yeah, he's got his own style.
Just as long as he keeps doing that and he keeps catching them, I don't have a problem. There's Javier Baez, the second baseman, 285. He's batting ninth with 9 homers. Right-handed batter. González steals the first one. A chop, the third foul for strike one.
Yeah, you check the stats on Baez through the minor league. This guy could hit. Whew. I mean, you don't look at him and go, oh, this guy's a crusher. He had over 30 home runs a couple of years combined, a couple of minor league stops, and over 100 runs batted in.
I'm going to check the size on this guy because he looks big for a second baseman. The 0-1. A swing and a line drive, dropping fast right field. That's going to be the first hit of the game. Hit that. It sounded like he hit it with a wet newspaper. The ball gets away from Eden. And they'll make second base. That's a hit, a single, and an error.
I believe Baez caused that error.
Yes, he did.
He did indeed. I just saw a replay.
Stutter step.
He had stutter stepped around first to act like he was running, and when Eaton saw that, he looked up just while he was reaching down for the ball and missed the ball. So he caused the error by giving him the bluff.
So the Cubs have an opportunity here in this third inning with one out. They have a man at second base. Top of the order, Dexter Fowler on Dex. Open the game with a line drive to the center fielder, Shuck. They have missed him, but it hasn't showed up in the standings. They are 59-38. And the pitch to Fowler. Strike one called. Cub fans are whooping it up here at our ballpark.
Last thing you want to see take place in this game is a miscue out and right by your Gold Glove right fielder that leads to a run. And I say it's a Gold Glove right fielder because by all rights, in this year, he had better win one.
0-1 the count on Fowler on the one strike pitch. Up. Throw to second base. Not in time. That's an ill-advised throw, to tell you the truth. It's not like Baez was heading to third base.
No, the only reason you do it is because you put the play on and you go ahead and follow through with it. Baez is 6 foot, 190 pounds, Ed. Not a big guy. Not that that's little.
No.
6 foot, 190. But
no, if you compare him to Hayward, no, that's not big at all.
Oh, he's tiny then.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike on Fowler, and the 1-1. Bouncing ball foul. He jammed him with that, did González, and the count 1-2. No runs, 1 hit for the Cubs. We're in the third. We don't have anything except an error now. Fowler trying to drive in Baez from second. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Danger on deck. Chris Bryant, the third baseman, was robbed of a home run in the first inning. Cabrera jumped up and over the fence and left. Ball was gone by, 1 or 2 feet?
Not enough.
Yeah. Miguel make it a good one. And the 2-2 to Fowler. Struck him out swinging. Nicely done.
I think one of the more effective pitches of late for any pitcher is going to be a fastball down the middle with some speed on it, because that's all that was. At 93, fastball down the middle. Last place, hitters seem to be looking for it.
He was open at home plate. He was looking for the ball in.
Yep.
You're absolutely right. You know, it's funny, on a day where Konerko threw out the first pitch, as a kid I remember Ernie Banks playing for the Cubs. Konerko and Banks conjoined by the same number of 14.
Yep.
And Banks was a friend of mine. Great guy. Here's Bryant. Check swing. Did he go? They don't appeal it. Ball 1. Ernie was a Cub fan. He said to me, so what do you think about the Cubs? I said, well, I don't see him play much, and I can only wish you well. I said, how about the Sox? He goes, I don't like you guys. I said, that's fine.
We were fortunate enough to know Ernie well.
Great guy.
Yes.
1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0, swinging a line drive to left. This ball's hit hard. They get the stop sign on Baez. Throw coming home in the air. There's a play at second. They got Bryant caught. The runner going back for home from third. Baez caught, tries to score, tries to slide around him, and he gets tagged out. Nice going. At home plate, Navarro was doing a 2-step with the runner Baez. and finally tagged him. They're not dancing anymore.
That was a great recovery defensively by the White Sox. Bryant errors by trying to get into second base on the throw all the way to the plate. He had to hold.
Played here on the WLS White Sox Radio Network.
Chris Bryant has been involved in a couple plays here through 3 innings. Won a home run that was caught by Cabrera. Then Cabrera on a single by Bryant with Baez at second, threw the ball home in the air, and Bryant was caught between first and second. And after a throw to second, Baez tried to run home from third and was out at home plate with a dancing machine by the name of Deanna Navarro, who leads this inning off. High fly, left center. Under it is the center fielder. Hayward makes the catch. One out here in the third.
You know, the best part about that 7-2, 4-2 out was the fact that Navarro, he stopped the runner at third and fired a rocket out to second base. And that gave the second baseman, Saladino, a chance to get it and fire it right back.
Yeah, it's a great point because you didn't lose much with the 2 throws.
Exactly.
Both of them were rockets one way and then back to the other. There's a swing, a ground ball over the bag at third. That's a fair ball off the bat of Saladino. That's going to roll to the corner, and Saladino's got 2 in his pocket.
Here we go.
He tried him in, Darren, and went for a double.
Tyler, ready for that 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And that's what you have to do, especially when you don't play every day anymore.
Yes.
When you get a fastball early in the count, don't miss it, and he didn't.
So here's Adam Eaton with 1 out. The runner at second, the go-ahead run. We're scoreless through 2.5. And Bryant couldn't have got that ball. He's playing off the line, and I don't blame him. I mean, Arrieta's been jamming guys and getting him to swing and miss, hitting fly balls. The first hit is a double for the Sox. The Cubs have 2 hits coming in the top half of this inning. There's a pitch to Adam Eaton, inside for ball 1. He is 8 for 14 on this homestand. That's not bad, is it?
No, that's pretty darn good.
Kyle Hendricks will pitch tomorrow night for the Cubs. James Shields for the Sox pregame show with Connor McKnight. Now listen, folks, 5:35. The game starts at 6:10. 1-0 the count. Arrieta's 1-0. Pitch in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Montero, the catcher. Now it's 2-0.
Get a new ball and play while we do that. Don't forget to join us as the White Sox host the A's Saturday, August 20th at 6:10. The first 20,000 fans to enter U.S. Cellular Field will receive a pair of White Sox socks. For tickets, visit whitesox.com.
Oh, it's plural, isn't it? Oh, no, one spelled C.
With an X, yeah.
2-0 the count, the 2-0 to Eden. A swing and a line drive to right. This is going to get a run home. Up with it, the right fielder, Zobrist. It will go to second, 1-0 White Sox on the RBI single by Adam Eaton, with Saladino scoring from second base.
Oh, my. Adam Eaton seems to want to do it all as of late. He's the guy stepping up, delivering the big hit, defensive play, whatever it takes to get it done. He got a cutter that was trying to get down and in, Ed. He dropped the hammer on it.
And especially from a right-handed pitcher, Darren. Right-handed pitcher to left-handed batter, and you're down and in, that's a danger zone.
Yes, good point.
And here is Tim Anderson, our shortstop. He's 0 for 1 with a rocket that Baez made a leaping catch of. Really didn't have to get off the ground. There's a snap throw to first. Rizzo no tag on Eaton because he was back in plenty of time. 1-0 Sox here in the third.
Reputation for Anderson is obviously he doesn't take many pitches. So Arrieta probably going to just tease the strike zone, be close to throwing good pitches.
He shows bunt as Anderson and takes strike 1. He does bunting a little different. All the way up to the trademark with his hands, and then uses the barrel of the bat to deaden the ball, and that's it. He's not down with one hand down at the bottom of the bat.
It's a different technique, and a lot of guys have done it over the years. I even tried that method. To me, it wasn't as effective of deadening the ball.
It was the 0-1 to Anderson, inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. I had a teacher in Pittsburgh that said you had to put the bat right in front of your face.
How'd that work out?
Well, I said I'm not going to do that because I wanted to protect my teeth.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I'll show you how to do it. So he went in there, practiced the bunt, the first pitch, hit him in the face.
Yeah, that would happen.
the 1-1, a swinging strike, 1-2 now on Anderson. And I think that proved my point. The other guys are going, why didn't you want to do it? I said, no. When the instructor couldn't get it done, I didn't want to get done either.
Yeah, of course.
I wanted to have a grill. He had nothing when we came back.
No,
he had some chiclets.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be that guy.
No. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Anderson. Eaton with a modest lead for first. Arrieta with the look there. 1-0 Sox. The 1-2 high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. White Sox facts are brought to you by the Sprinkler Fitters Local. That's 281, saving lives since 1901. Paul Konerko will be with us, I think, in the 4th inning. Hitters count of 2-2, and Arrieta throws over to first again. He was uncommitted to the pitch. That's why he threw over there.
You don't think it was more along the lines of just making sure that he wasn't running?
No, I think they already know the limitations that Eaton has, and I think he just didn't want to throw it. The 2-2, he wanted to throw that one. Strike 3 on a swinging strike up for Arrieta, his 3rd strikeout.
Hey, by the way, when the White Sox do hit a home run, the Community Hospital in Munster, Indiana will make a donation to the Gift of Hope Organ and Tissue Donor Network. Let's get a couple of those tonight.
Here's here's Melky Cabrera at home plate. Deanna Navarro was up in this inning with a fly ball to center field. That was the first out of the inning. Pitch to Melky, swinging a ground ball. The second one, the Baez has it, throws to first. That's going to do it. Not before the Sox get a run on a couple of hits. A 1-out double by Saladino, and with 1 out, Eaton laced to single to right to get him in. We leave Eaton at first base. 3 complete, 1-0 White Sox. Family, got to tell you right now. We're starting the 4th with White Sox leading 1-0, and the pitch that's down for ball 1. For the Cubs, it's Anthony Rizzo, Ben Zobrist, and then Wilson Contreras here in the 4th. So, Paul, nice to see you again.
Good to be back.
The goatee is gone. The facial hair. No.
Baby face.
Yes.
He just looks like he's 11.
Trying to stay young looking. It's hard to do.
That's what we do.
That's all you can do.
There's a swing and a miss. 1-1 on Anthony Rizzo. So we're going to talk in this inning certainly about sensory processing disorder that you're here for also. And also going to talk about some of the times you spent together, you, me, and Darren, and also some of the things in the White Sox uniform that few people will ever forget. I can say that. That pitch to Rizzo, that's down. 2 balls, 1 strike. So your family's doing well? Everybody's good?
Yeah, everybody's great. We've been here for about a month. We decided to spend never been here for really the summer without having to play games. And so we were kind of going back and forth on a couple places, and we said, why don't we just go back to Chicago and spend the summer here? Maybe play a little golf. The kids love it here, so it's been great. I mean, when you don't have to play baseball, I mean, you can do a lot of things here. I found that out. So it's
there's
been
no
great.
places you can go.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things. So
oddly enough,
it's been fun, you know.
2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll live in the baseball life. We really don't have a life for those 6 or 7 months. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Anthony Rizzo. Infield with the shift on. And that pitch, close, didn't get the call. That was close, didn't get it. So you found out what real life is all about, didn't you?
I have, yeah. I mean, I've settled in now. So 2 years, basically 2 years into retirement. First year, it was like a party. You're like getting to do everything you never got to do before, traveling, and the attitude is just like a kid getting out of school for the last for the summer. But then you kind of settle in, and you realize that it's still great.
Rizzo's upset. He just got called out.
Well, I think the one before might have been there.
He got a reprieve from the ward.
Strike 4.
And Rizzo and the home plate umpire and the umpire is telling him right now, stop it.
Throw him out for the next 3 days, I say.
The man's going, throw me out. Don't throw him out. Throw him out the next 3 days, sure.
But, no, it's good. I mean, I think the key with retirement, at least for me, is I'm sure for everybody, you got to have something out in front of you. You got to have a goal, whether it's to stay in shape, whether it's a business thing, whether it's a golf handicap you want to get down to, whether it's something with your kids. I think when you're just idle and you have no real goal and you have really no idea of what you want to be working towards, that's where you can get in trouble. But as long as you got stuff out in front of you, a trip you're going to take and you're preparing for, whatever it might be, charitable thing, then it's all fine. You're constantly staying sharp and you're working towards a goal, and that's really, that's what you got to do, because that's all we did our whole lives. You're told,
be here, be there.
Yeah, spring training, start of the season, end of the season, start your workouts, spring training, and do it over again. Every year.
The final question here. I mean, if there is an end to this, what do you want to do? Do you want to come back and work for the White Sox? Do you want to work in baseball? Or do you just want to be husband and dad?
Yeah, I think for now, husband and dad. I mean, I was gone for a long time. I got 3 kids that are. I mean, the truth is, I don't want to be back in the game. I still feel like I'm a little bit burned out, which is a great way to go out of this game, burned out, because I felt like I did everything I wanted to do, and I played as long as I wanted to play.
Yeah.
But having said that, I got 3 kids, and even if I wanted to come back, it's probably not the right decision. I want to be with them and do things with them and not miss things. Now there might come a day where, they're a little bit more grown up, and I've had a lot of guys that have gotten back into the game say, hey, don't, never say never.
Right.
But you have to kind of let it get out of your system and then kind of, re-energize. And I'm certainly not close to that yet, I don't feel anyways.
That's a walk to Ben Zobrist. Let's pause here 10 seconds for station identification. Listen to White Sox Baseball, WLS AM 890, and listen to the Sox Radio Network.
WLS FM HD2 Chicago, the home of Steve Dahl. Weekday afternoons 2 till 6. A Cumulus station.
There's Wilson Contreras swinging and missing for strike 1 with Darren Jackson and Paul Konerko right between us. Welcome to coverage of White Sox Baseball. We're in the 4th. A Sox run across in the 3rd. Lead 1-0 here in the Cubs' 4th inning. A 1-out walk has Zobrist at first and 0-1 the count on Wilson Contreras. González will look at first. The 0-1 in the dirt, knocked down by Navarro. So how's the golf game? Let's go there right away.
All right. Yeah, I've played a decent amount since I've been here, but and I played a decent amount leading up to say April in Arizona.
Yeah.
But this is kind of my winter, because
exactly.
I wasn't playing for about 2 straight months because of the heat. So it's been going good here, though. I enjoy playing. It's very interesting to play back on these Midwest courses with the trees. And
a little slower, too, isn't it?
It's just different, and I think it makes you a better golfer. I think the greens are tougher here, that's for sure. But it's been good. Hitting it pretty good, and I'm...
1-1 pitch is swinging the ball off the glove of Frazier at third. Up with it, Anderson, and everybody's safe.
But I'm doing all right. I've always played my whole life, but obviously being done now, I can kind of dial in a little bit more and, try to get good at it, I guess, whatever that means.
Tell me about the sensory processing disorder in the organization.
Yeah, well, I'm in town. Part of why I was here also was I'm doing this campaign right now through athletesbrand.com. It's a company that facilitates these charitable campaigns. We design a T-shirt. The athlete designs a T-shirt. You kind of blast it out there. You pick a cause you want to benefit.
Nice.
And it's a 2-week thing. And ours started last Monday. It ends a week from today. The T-shirt I'm wearing, which you can find online there at athletesbrand.com/Paul. It'll tell you everything about why I'm doing it, the disease itself, or the condition itself. Anything you want to know about it, but at the end, it's a cool T-shirt, I guess. Anyways, and if you're donating money to charity or a good cause, that's a good way to do it. But I tried to subconsciously throw some Chicago into the shirt.
I see the skyline there.
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of come up with something that kind of showed what the disorder deals with, which is kind of your brain waves connecting.
Exactly.
And then also kind of sneak in there something about something I love, which is the city. And I think we accomplished it. So far the campaign's been going well.
Because Hayward don't play taking a strike 1-1.
And so we got another week left, and we're just trying to, again, just sell as many shirts as we can to raise money.
Does all the benefits go directly to benefit the cause?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
So obviously the charity is set up not to benefit any individuals, but the ones that are in need. So that's awesome, obviously. How do you get to the shirts?
athletesbrand.com/Paul.
athletesbrand.com/Paul.
Swinging a double play ball to second to short for 1. Anderson to first. They got him. They double him up. There you go. 4-6-3 on the inning-ending double play. We've got more with Paul Konerko to the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits, a walk, an error, a double play, and a runner left. 1-0 White Sox.
White Sox baseball plays here on the WLS White Sox Radio Network.
Out here, the sun is high and the Leinenkugel summer shandies are ripe for drinking. That's our crisp Weiss beer with natural lemonade flavor. Welcome to the Leinie side. Jacob Leinenkugel Brewing Company, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Please enjoy Leinie's responsibly.
The crisp, delicious taste of Red's Apple Ale. It's a different take on beer that's music to our ears and our mouths and feet. If you're into that kind of thing. which is totally cool if you are. We don't judge. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go take another sip. Crisp like an apple, brewed like a beer. Red's Apple Ale. Pick different. Also available in strawberry and green apple. With great beer comes great responsibility. Red's Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Out here, the sun is high and the Leinenkugel summer shandies are ripe for drinking. That's our crisp Weiss beer with natural lemonade flavor. Welcome to the Leinie side. Jacob Leinenkugel Brewing Company, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Please enjoy Leinies responsibly.
Hey, baseball fans, here's a tip you can rally behind. Smart thermostats make saving energy easy. Smart thermostats put you in control of your energy use. They sense when you're home and conserve energy when you're not. To help add a winner to your lineup, ComEd is offering rebates on select smart thermostats. Learn about the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program's rebates at ComEd.com/rebates. ComEd, powering lives. The ComEd Energy Efficiency Program is funded by ComEd customers in compliance with Illinois law.
White Sox baseball is heard here.
At the wall. It's gone for a 2-run homer. Sox win.
On the WLS White Sox Radio Network.
The pride of the South Side.
When you choose Hollywood Casinos, you've already won because you get more of the games you want and more of the rewards you deserve. And in July, it's the Hot Summer Ride Giveaways. Play at both locations for a chance to win all-American sports cars at Joliet and the coolest motorcycles and ATVs at Aurora, exclusively at Hollywood Casino, Aurora, and Joliet. There's no place like Hollywood. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, sports fans, the Bulls Sox Academy, the official youth training facility of the Chicago Bulls and White Sox, will run summer camps for boys and girls ages 5 to 12. These camps are an awesome opportunity for all young fans to learn to play the games the right way, straight from the pros. Besides learning all the fundamentals, each athlete will receive an exclusive stadium tour of U.S. Cellular Field or the United Center, have an opportunity to meet current or former players, and much, much more. Register today by calling 630-PLAY-BALL or visit BullsSoxAcademy.com to find a camp location near you.
They have reviewed the play that was a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play, and now they've ruled them safe. But Ventura is out of the dugout, and he's talking to the home plate umpire.
Did you challenge the side?
The challenge was denied, changed, and now they're going to look at it again, I guess.
Yeah, what Robin and Paul and I are talking about right now, not Robin, but Paul and I are talking about is that they could be challenging this slide out at second base.
Yeah, probably right.
And if that's the case, we could have another reversal.
He couldn't have tagged second base with his hand. He went after his legs. I think they'll get the call on that one, too. He's closer than I thought.
Well, he slid away from the bag, but it looked like, I don't know, Paul, you saw the same replay, that maybe his foot crossed the base.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from what I'm hearing about this slide at second, I mean, I've been out of the game 2 years. You could be out of the game 2 weeks. You don't know the rule.
Well, that's a fact.
So
2 minutes.
I'm certainly not going to comment on what that rule is. To me, that would be a great slide or a good slide when I played. But, I mean, I know nowadays there's more rules about contact and reaching and all that kind of stuff. So I would say this. Did Robin – first, are you able to challenge a slide? You must be able to.
Yes.
Robin wouldn't be out there. Second would be that, you know, maybe if they're going to I guess they're going to talk about it. But yeah, they're not going to change that.
So, did you go to the Hall of Fame? Did you go for Piazza, one of your dear friends?
I did not.
Yeah.
But it was great to see him. I actually watched. I think yesterday might have been the first time I ever watched Hall of Fame speeches. Because think about it. Maybe when I was a kid, I was always playing. Even last year, I think I was doing something. I was traveling or something, so I didn't see it. But it was pretty cool. I played with both of those guys. You know, Mike a little bit, Griff a little bit. So it was pretty. And obviously Mike. You know, I remember him when I came up as a rookie, 21 years old.
He helped you, didn't he?
He did. He told me back then, he's like, listen, get a lot of guys in this league that swing the bat and, you know, be a thinking man's hitter, he used to say. Be a thinking man's hitter. Don't go up there and just swing the bat like a wild man and, you know what you're doing up there, know why you're doing it, be a thinking man's hitter. He goes, it's going to be painful at times, but be a thinking man's hitter. And that's what he was, you know. He was a great hitter, and as a catcher, that's even more impressive.
Well, here's Addison Russell, front and center, the shortstop of the Cubs with runners at first and third. It's 1-0 Sox. Reprieved by the umpires, and now there's a throw over to first. And back safely with no problem is Hayward. It was he that beat the throw from the shortstop, Tim Anderson, and just barely did beat it. And those are the plays we talk about, the game of inches. It shows up here. Hopefully the Sox are protecting and get to the dugout with a 1-0 lead. Russell waits in the right-handed batter's box. From the set, González steals the pitch high, ball 1. When you look at some of the things that went on in your career, when you got traded from the Reds to the White Sox, what was your feeling that day? Did you think that things, I mean, you couldn't have probably in your imagination said, hey, I'm going to go there, we're going to win a World Series, I'm going to get a home run, the World Series, we're going to sweep. I know that wasn't it. But what were your feelings? The 1-0, a check swing, roller to second, a play for Saladino to first base, and that's it. We'll get false thoughts on what I just said. We'll come back for the bottom of the 4th. Indeed, the White Sox do lead 1-0.
Hi, I'm Ron Ventura. You're listening to White Sox Baseball.
On the WLS White Sox.
The memories in between the breaks that we've had about some of the places we've gone. And it's just nice to see him again. Let me say that. Arrieta will lead it off in the first one down for ball 1.
So I know, Paulie, one of the things that you're doing at the time is you've been doing a little coaching with your son and playing hockey.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Your first love. First love, hockey.
It is, yeah. I played hockey as a kid growing up. I played hockey before I played baseball, and played it until I was 16. And, you know, truthfully, until I was probably 11 or 12, I was probably better at hockey than baseball until I moved from the East Coast to the West. And but it's, you know, I had to put it down because baseball kind of took over in high school.
Here's a swing and a long one to right. This is going to send the right fielder going back on the warning track.
And
Zobrist makes the catch on the warning track.
And, you know, obviously I could never play even in pickup fashion while I was playing because you didn't want to get hurt, you know. And I always said to myself, as soon as I'm done, I'm getting back out there and I'm going to, you know, if nothing else, keep in shape with it and skate. So I did just that. Starting right after the last year I was here, that fall I got back out there and kind of built up to it. Now I play at least once a week, maybe twice a week, sometimes in a kind of an organized pickup game with a bunch of guys I know, and it's great. I mean, it keeps me in shape, and it's competitive just enough. You know, like I don't have too much passion left in my body to go out there and be that guy.
You look like you're in great shape.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a great workout, and I mean, I love just going. I could go out there and shoot the puck around for an hour just by myself.
That's awesome.
So 1-1 the count on Morneau with 1 out, 1-0 Sox. There's a line drive to left. That is a fair ball. That's going to side spin on the warning track and left. And a wide turn, Morneau will hold on to first, and wisely so. So what position do you play in hockey?
Center, right wing. I mean, I'm a forward, you know, winger, you know, up front, though.
Favorite hockey player?
Favorite hocky player, man. I'm
putting you on the spot here.
Favorite hockey player as we speak or in the history of hockey?
Yeah, that you said this guy, I really like this guy. I'm a fan of him.
Oh, when I was a kid, I mean, Cam Neely, even though I hated the Bruins, but I love Cam Neely. Yeah. Pat LaFontaine was one where I was a big Islander fan. I mean, now there's just so many good ones. I mean, I love Jamie Benn from Dallas.
Crosby with the...
Yeah, he's great. I mean, you know, what he did in the playoffs.
There's a wild pitch that will redefine it now. Morneau is at second base.
There's so many
Crawford,
guys.
the goaltender for the Blackhawks.
Great. I mean, you know, clutch. I mean,
Kane.
Taves. I mean, Kane, you know, watch him with the puck on the power play. That's worth the price of admission. And, I mean, there's so many guys now. Like, I watch so much hockey now during the winter. And I don't necessarily watch teams. I look at matchups, look at guys. I'll watch, you know, the Buffalo Sabres just to watch Jack Eichel. Or I'll watch, you know, Vancouver just to watch, you know, the Sedin twins. Like, I'll pick out a game and just watch it.
I watched Washington to see who's going to get Ovechkin. Nobody's got him yet, though.
He's another one, yeah. He's great to watch. I saw him play in person this year.
He's a big guy, isn't he?
He's everything. Yeah, he's big, he's fast, he's physical, he can shoot. It's pretty amazing.
A pitch over for a strike on Todd Frazier. 1 out, runner at second. Sox want to double their lead. They lead 1-0 here in the 4th. White Sox first baseman Paul Konerko. That's how we'll always remember him. And I'm going to tell him a little story about one football coach. 1 ball, 1 strike on Todd Frazier. Morneau at second, the 1-1. High pop out of play to the right. The bat went flying down the left field line. Charlie Weiss, the coach at Notre Dame, was here that day, and you hit that home run. And Weiss called my phone as soon as we called that home run. He goes, I left way too soon. I couldn't pick up the phone. He left me a voicemail. So he's down in Florida, but he always remembers that Paul Konerko homer also.
I remember I don't remember the home run, but I remember meeting him that day.
Big guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was in the club. I was pretty cool to meet him. And I remember going up to Notre Dame with you on an off day from when we were playing the Tigers once.
We went to the equipment room, didn't we?
We did. It was awesome. I came home with like
a lot of gear.
Yeah, I think I still have a pair of shorts from 10 years ago.
Lasting memory of Farmio.
Oh, God. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Frazier at home plate. 1-0 Sox leading. 3 hits now with the 1 Morneau hit. Conference between the mound and home plate with the pitcher Arrieta and the catcher Montero.
Hey, if you're going to talk to any young kid today from their first time getting to the big leagues to stretching out a long 10, 15-year career as you did, starting out a little little fiery when you first got here to the White Sox, to say the least, to becoming the tame, composed veteran. I mean, how about that transformation? What do you tell some young player today?
Well, I mean, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head, but you can't lose the fire. I mean, it gets harder as you get older, and you got to. I always go back to, and DJ was with me my first year.
Yeah.
And there was things that he told me and worked with me on, and just was, kind of a settling guy for me as far as he was kind of in the last year or two of his career, and definitely helped me with things. But I think one thing Joe Nostick told me. As a coach, he was a coach here when I first got here, and it hit the nail on the head for me. And I teetered on this my whole career. Was that, as DJ said, I was just kind of all over the place, very just a hothead and frustration and anger and snapping and throwing equipment. And Joe told me, he said, and this is what I would tell, and I have told young guys, is that it is impossible to play the game of baseball frustrated.
Yes,
it's impossible, but you can play it angry.
You got to have an edge.
You can play it angry, and knowing which one is which. I don't think I was a good enough player, and most guys are not a good player to go out there and giggle and have fun and just be a great player and to do great things. You have to be intense out there. You have to be, you have to just be tough out there.
There's no gray area. We're trying to win.
But knowing those times, because this game can frustrate you on so many levels. A lot of times I thought I was playing angry. I was playing frustrated.
Yeah.
And I was just spinning my wheels, digging a deeper hole. Until you know how to turn it and play the game with that edge where you're focusing all of that on the opponent, on
Once
the pitcher.
you figure that out, it's fun, isn't it?
And you constantly go back and forth, and you make mistakes, and you even to the end, you constantly, you don't ever get it all the way right all the time. But I think that was a quote that stuck in my head or a pointer. So I've told guys that too, because you see it, and as you get older, you see young guys.
The 2-2, Fraser's out on strikes.
That think they're angry and they're frustrated, or, they don't, it's very hard to identify because both emotions feel very much the same in a way.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to just know yourself. And many times when you had nothing going for yourself, bad swing, bad body, everything not working for you, you go take a little bit of an edge and some anger out to the field. You walk away with a 2-for-4, or you're going to do something on that field good that night. And but it takes the heart to want to go out there and do that, and that's part of it too. Is they used to say you're suffering in this game. You got to take it out on somebody, And another good one I heard is
here's Shuck running one up the middle.
I'll save that one until next year.
Paul, tell your lovely wife we said hello to your kids. God bless you.
Thank you for everything.
Thanks so much for the memories.
Always a pleasure seeing my friend.
Part of the championship team. Couldn't get that one across. It's 1-0 Sox here in the fifth, as Darren Shure mentioned. Said goodbye to Paul Konorko, and then hello to John Cangelosi and his fiance. That one close, but not a strike. 1-0 the count on Montero, and after Montero, Baez, and then top of the order with Fowler, as Darren mentioned. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 Sox, fifth inning. A swinging a line drive to right field, dropping fast. It will fall between a pair of players in the outfield. Saladino, the second baseman, I think he didn't want to go back because he thought Eden was going to catch that ball in the air.
Yeah, I don't think he could have caught that one anyway, but it's like one of the first times it seemed that Adam Eaton didn't see that ball off of the bat immediately. With that being said, it is not easy to hit it perfectly between two guys as he did out there.
You couldn't have thrown that ball any better out there.
That's it.
So the leadoff man on here in the fifth for the Cubs as they trail the Sox 1-0. For me, this is the moment of truth inning for most pitchers, most starters. You get to the fifth, you're going through the lineup for the second time. You've already been through most of the lineup, but this is the bottom three or bottom two here in this inning. Just swinging a fly ball to right. Eaton will dance with it towards the line and right, makes the catch back to first. Montero. So Baez was trying to lay in ambush mode and a fly ball to right.
Hey, follow White Sox Baseball live with MLB.com @BAT app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day. There's live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com @BAT, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet.
You know what next inning is, don't you?
It is
the sixth.
The sixth, yes, it is.
C.J. Wilson, Mazda home run hitting inning. I've got our contestant. White Sox have to hit 3 home runs in a row. That's back to back to back. I don't know how it's back in the first one. But that's what we've got. That one's low and inside for ball one. Dexter Fowler, the designated hitter. decks tonight, a line out and a strikeout. 1 out, 1 on. Tying run at first base. We're in the 5th. Cubs trailing 1-0 here to the Sox, and the hits are even at 3. Infield set a double play depth. Off the line at third is Frazier. Anderson and the second baseman Saladino fairly straight up. That pitch over for a strike. I think that was a changeup, 1-1.
I believe you're correct. And it was up and in. It's supposed to be down and away.
Yeah.
I mean, you get away with that one on a changeup up.
You know, if you wanted to have pitchers look at something, have them watch batting practice. We talk about it all the time. They know what's coming. The 1-1, a swinging strike, 1-2 now, Dexter Fowler. But we've seen, they know, I'm going to throw you a little breaking ball here. They foul it off.
Yeah.
In the batting cage.
You know, even in batting practice, if you were to put a bunch of defenders out there in their normal positions and just lob it up there, they'd probably be at best 400 hitters then.
That's true. You see, my theory, you know, when you're not getting outs, tell the batter what's coming. It works. At first, they don't believe you. 1 out, 1 on. 1-2 on Fowler. González trying to put him away. And the 1-2 to Dexter. Fastball, called strike 3, inside corner. I think he was in between speeds as far as location also.
Yeah, I think location-wise, he just threw a perfect pitch. A two-seam fastball tailing back, the one you talk about you learned to throw, and it froze the left-handed batter.
Yeah, a right-handed pitcher, if you throw it for their belt buckle, a left-handed batter, a two-seamer, you won't miss on home plate very often, if often at all. But you will get the call on the inside corner because the ball has that tail to it. And here's trouble. Here's Bryant. He's been up twice, robbed of a home run the first time up, and then a rocket single to left. Runner at first and a pitch to Chris Bryant, foul back. There's the pitch you want to get him with, the strike on the inside corner, foul back. You do not let him get his arms extended.
Well, he wastes no time. I mean, this pitch was supposed to be away, and Navarro staring down the pitcher because it missed middle in.
Yeah.
He was staring him down on that swing and foul back.
When Cabrera caught the ball over the wall and left, he hit the warning track and laid there and then showed the ball. A look at first and a long one, the 0-1 to Bryant, a swinging strike 0-2. White Sox Smart Plays are brought to you by the Village of Oak Lawn and their auto dealers. Smart Play for car buyers.
Right now, I'm going to be honest with you. There's 2 pitches that González has missed his location right down the middle and up, and Bryant hasn't hit him. They're setting up down in the way. Just throw it down the middle. He can't hit that pitch, apparently.
Let him decide. Keep the ball down and have him hit it on the ground. A look at first, the 0-2 to Chris Bryant. Half-hit swing. Ball to second base. Saladino has it, throws out Chris Bryant. That'll do it for the Cubs. They waste the leadoff single from Montero. They've been first halfway through tonight's game. Sox lead the Cubs 1-0.
Fly out to center field.
We'll see if the White Sox can get a run here in the bottom of the 5th. They lead 1-0. The pitch. Arrieta tries the outside corner, misses to Navarro, ball 1. After Navarro, Saladino, and Adam Eden. And hopefully a long list of more here in the 5th. John Cangelosi, part of the White Sox family, here tonight also, and that's a strike. 1-1 on Deanna Navarro.
We were just, I remember we were talking about Cangy the other day, some of the statistics, some of the things he did when he was playing here.
Oh, he was a running guy. He was running full. We're going
absolutely.
To on, yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike, the 1-1. Outside 2 balls and a strike.
Played in several places as the premier leadoff man.
Yeah. He's teaching baseball here in Chicago also on the southwest side.
Yes, he is.
The 2-1 pitch. Swinging a shot over the bag at first. That's a fair ball. Rizzo with a velvet-handed glove makes the catch and then runs to first to get Navarro, 3 unassisted.
Yeah, Rizzo, Gold Glove first baseman over there. No problem backhanding that one. Made it look, as you were pointing out, like it was routine.
So with 1 out, here's Saladino. The only run of the game scored by Tyler. That was back in the 3rd. Hit the first pitch Arrieta, threw him on the inside half for a double inside the third base bag and then rolled down in the corner. Came around to score 1 batter later as Eden drove him in with a single to right.
I'd look for the same pitch if I was Tyler right now.
Arrieta deals the first one. That's I think it's down the middle, strike 1. That's the same pitch, basically, right down the middle.
You know, pitchers like Arrieta, they want to let you know, you beat me that time, now you're going to overthink it, I'm throwing it again. And you got to think along with guys like him.
There's the 0-1 bunt attempt, and he tried it, and he's down in strikes now to 0-2.
Yeah, big advantage, Jake, in this situation now. Once he gets ahead of you throwing the pitch that you should have been ready for, he just outthought Saladino. Now he's got him in the hole.
Here's the 2-strike pitch to Tyler. That's close, but not a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the 5th inning. Sox have run on 3 hits with 2 errors and no runs for the Cubs. They've had 3 hits also. They've had chances. Had a runner thrown out at home. They had a home run brought back by Melky Cabrera with a catch on Bryant in the 1st inning with 1 out over the wall and left. Arrieta's 1-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We've seen this so many times that a pitcher charges the strike zone early, and then before you know it's an even count at 2-2 or 1-1.
I think he's looking at a younger hitter, feeling I got ahead of him quickly, 0-2. Now he'll chase something out of the strike zone. I don't think Arrieta is going to go much further in this at bat. He'll probably throw him a strike here.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And Saladino, the right-handed batting second baseman, waits, and this one's pulled foul. That may have hit him underfoot.
Oh, yeah. He'll reload now, walk around, and while he does, join us when the White Sox face the Orioles on Sunday, August 7th at 1:10 p.m. The first 15,000 fans will receive a White Sox water bottle presented by the Village of Bedford Park. Bring your business home to Bedford Park and win big. Visit whitesox.com to purchase your tickets today.
Well, we know the mayor there, don't we, in Bedford Park? Well, not Bedford Falls now. That's the wonderful life.
I believe you're correct.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. 1-0 Sox here in the 5th. Arrieta's 2-2 pitch. Check swing foul back there. He jammed him with something up and in. That was heat.
95 miles an hour, and it looked like Tyler just was guessing different location. It was supposed to be down and away. It was up and in. Tells you the best of the best miss location an awful lot.
All triple plays are brought to you by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. The 2-2 pitch. Saladino pulls that one foul, and Arrieta's having a devilish of a time with our second baseman at home plate.
He's thrown him 7 pitches thus far.
You know, we talk about this also with the triple play read by Xfinity.
Yeah.
When I first read that to start the season, all triple plays.
Yeah.
If you see 1 in a year, you're doing well. We had 3 in 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
Could have had 4.
Oh, yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 to Tyler Saladino. A chop to short. Bryant, the third baseman, has it. Scoops and throws. That's a heck of a play.
That's a risky play.
Yeah. He went to the ball with his glove. If you go there, I think you take away that out.
Well, the thing that he did was that little snap with the glove last second. And that's something that infield coaches try to get a player away from. That little snatch at the last second. They want you to go out and receive the ball. That snatch is really something they've gotten away with. All players used to do that. They don't do that. They don't want you to do that anymore.
No, I can see why.
Stay away from the snatch down low.
With 2 outs, top of the order with Adam Eaton, and Eaton waits, and that pitch, ball 1. Montero knows what's coming, but Darren, he was setting up on the outside corner, and that ball was down and in. He barely caught it.
Well,
we'll be back later.
He is missing.
Not by inches.
No, by a whole plate across the strike zone.
Here's the 1-0 foul to play to the left. The count 1 ball, 1 strike. On right fielder, Adam Eaton. When we go to the 6th, we don't want to get there too fast. Anthony Rizzo will lead it off. Then Ben Zobrist and Wilson Contreras. That's 3, 4, and 5 for Joe Madden's Cubs. They are 59 and 38, 21 games over 500. The 1-1. A curve or a breaking pitch that missed. 2 balls, 1 strike.
You know, as hitters, we used to always think, didn't matter how great the pitcher was, that we were going to get at least 1 mistake in the at-bat.
Usually at least 1.
You agree with that, Kanji? Kanji felt it was 3. At least 2.
Well, for him, 2.
He's saying because he's 5'6", he'd get at least 2 or 3, maybe.
2 or 3. They're trying to throw
he had a
strike.
Small strike zone, he's saying. I get it.
You know what he liked to do? They were going to try and get ahead of him, so he swung at the first pitch and tried to either half hit it, run to first, then all of a sudden you forget he's at first, he's at second, forget he's at second, he's at third.
Well, you couldn't see him over there.
No, he could go.
He's hiding behind the base.
Oh, yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down. And the 2-2 to Eaton. A roller to second should be easier for Baez. Places it on the skin part of the infield. Underhand throw to Rizzo. That'll do it for Eaton and the Sox. They go 1-2-3. 5 complete. Cubs batting, top of 6. Sox lead 1-0. Checking some of the guys they played with that they have photographs of on their phone. And a pitch to Rizzo. That's in there for strike 1. Rizzo has got some impressive numbers, just like Bryant does. 24 home runs, 287 coming in. Last time up, a called third strike. Was upset about that with the home plate umpire. First inning he walked. 1-1 the count on Anthony Rizzo. The shift on in the 0-1. Foul back, jammed him with a fastball, did Gonzalez. The count now 0-2. After Rizzo, Zobrist, then Contreras here in the Cubs' sixth. Navarro working through the signs. Gonzalez to the wind in the pitch. High, 1 ball, 2 strikes. What is a fragile lead certainly is 1-0. And that's what the White Sox enjoy here in the Cubs' sixth. Abbreviated wind for Gonzalez, the 1-2. Fastball tried the corner, just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
One of the things that impresses me most about Rizzo is, as big and strong as he is, because he is a big guy, he chokes up at least an inch on that bat. I don't know how large that bat is, but with him choking up, it's tiny.
Bonds did that too, didn't he?
He
Here's
did.
the 2-2 pitch, struck him out swinging.
He did.
You can't blame that on the home-plate umpire, can he?
No.
And he's a good hitter. 6 strikeouts now for Gonzalez, and we'll deal with Ben Zobrist.
You know, there are times where a hitter will let a umpire get in his head and mess with him, start chasing bad pitches, but that's usually younger hitters. Veterans know better.
I don't think Rizzo was in that mode, do you?
No, I mean, but a veteran player let that at bat that bothered him previously get away. They just say, forget it. That's out of here. I'm not going to worry about it anymore.
There's the aforementioned Ben Zobrist. Franklin, Tennessee is where he lives. He was born in Eureka, Illinois, downstate Illinois. I mentioned just another guy. And whenever we played them, I mentioned, whenever I see him, mention that he is from Illinois. It's a long list of players that played in the big leagues who come from the state of Illinois.
Do you mention it to him? You go, hey, you're from Illinois.
I did when he was at Tampa Bay. There's the 0-1. I think you already knew that. I said, you're a kid from Illinois, aren't you? He goes, Eureka. I said, you're happy about it? He goes, no, that's the town. I said, yeah, I got that part.
Is that what you're going with? Yeah. He's throwing that one out there.
1 ball, 1 strike. Had to go a ways to get it. Sometimes you have to take that journey.
He just put it on a tee.
Yep, just knocked it out. The 1-1. A swing and a chop off of home plate. This could be trouble. Abreu has it. Tags the bag just before Zobrist. 3 unassisted.
That was a judgment call all the way by Gonzalez. He recognized either I go for this and cover first and I'm in the way, or stay out of the way and let Jose try his best. It worked out well.
So now there are 2 outs. And here's Wilson Contreras.
Contreras 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground ball to third base that turned out to be an error.
A pitch to Wilson Contreras, high for ball 1. 6th inning, 1-0 Sox. Hits, both teams have 3. One ball, no strikes on Wilson Contreras in the 1-0. A swinging strike, 1-1. Chase something upstairs. Infield plays back, and the outfield fairly straight up and left and right. Shucked the center fielder a bit towards left. There's one foul to the backstop. Took a shot at right, did Contreras. Fouled it back. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Cubs batting here in the 6th. Sox leading 1-0. Two outs, bases clear, and the 1-2 pitch called just off the plate away for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The White Sox stolen bases are brought to you by White Castle. Crispy corn dog nibblers and creamy mac and cheese nibblers are back for a limited time only at White Castle. Even count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. Contreras waiting, Gonzalez dealing. That pitch outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I like the efficiency tonight, the way he has mixed it up. Just out of the strike zone and throwing strikes. 52 strikes, 33 balls. Not a bad ratio for him.
He has 2 walks, one in the first to Rizzo with 2 outs, and a Zobrist walk in the 4th with 1 down. And the 3-2 pitch to Contreras. Nub on the first base side. He didn't see the ball. Gonzalez picks it up, throws. He's safe. The bat, Darren, went flying And González looked at the bat rather than the ball. He couldn't pick it up.
Yeah, well, that's a distraction, no question about it. Little squiver, shattered the bat because he hit it right off of the cup, and the barrel went flying past third, and unfortunately distracted González. He looked that way, kind of said, what the heck's going on, as the ball just rolled inside the first base line halfway. He's the only one that had a chance to make the play.
That's it. And when he hit it, to emphasize that it wasn't the cup of the bat, it was spinning sideways.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate to say the least. I know this. Just witnessed that Contreras can run fairly well.
Yes, he can. And at home plate is Jason Hayward, the former Cardinal and Brave. He's at home plate. He's 0 for 2. He'll be swinging at the first pitch if it's in the zone. There's a toss to first. Contreras back safely. He doesn't run all that much for steals. He's tried 2 of them so far. He's 1-1 in that department. 6th inning, 1-0 Sox. That hit by Contreras, that's the 4th for the Cubs tonight. They play Hayward to pull the ball on the infield, and the pitch to Jason, strike 1 called. Well, we have seen from González since he's got here the evolution of how to pitch. The first one he came during, he was stingy with the strike zone. Then on 2-0, he saw fastballs. Then he went to the fastball on the first pitch for a strike. Now he starts to drop the curveball in there, usually in the 4th, 5th, or 6th innings, or a combination of all 3 of those. That one's up 1-1. And it's not what you call the demonstrative breaking curve. It's one that he floats up there and it just gets in the zone.
From when he first got here, the first 4, 5, 6 starts or so, just seemed like he was trying to find his place here.
Yeah.
Now he seems to be confident in what he's doing, and we're getting to truly see what he's capable of doing on the mound and enjoy it, because he's a pitcher.
He gets a little deeper in right field, and the pitch to Hayward, up, 2 balls and a strike. One thing different about him here now in this inning than in previous starts. I mean, he's locked in tonight, or has been to this point, but he hasn't gotten selfish with the strike zone. He wants to throw strikes. If they hit it, they hit it. If they hit it at somebody, that's even better. Dangerous pitch here on 2-1 to Jason Hayward with a runner at first, the tying run, and the 2-1, a swing and a shot over the first base bag. That's a hit. That's going to roll down now across the chalk and right. That's going to move the runner Contreras to third. Hayward has a double. The Cubs have the tying run at third. The go-ahead run at second with 2 outs here in the 6th. That was a ground hugger also.
Yeah, that is one that Abreu holding the runner on, his momentum taking him away from the base towards the field of play, and it was hit just where he had left. He tried to stop his momentum and get back the other direction. No chance.
Pitching coach Don Cooper to the mound. He's going to have a conversation with everybody on the infield, including the pitcher.
Yeah, they'll talk about making sure he's just good and relaxed, not to make a mistake to Russell here, who's driven in 56 runs this year, which is a ton.
For a guy who bats down low.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he normally bats down in this spot. Maybe you've got, Joe Madden, former American League manager, balancing his lineup out a little differently than he would in the National League.
Yeah, usually he bats a pitcher 8th.
Yes.
You may see that Thursday, Wednesday, or Thursday at Wrigley. So that conference continues when Windy City Limousine brings the White Sox players to work. They seem to play better. Windy City Limousine, home of George Jacobs. So that mound visit is over as home plate umpire Scott Berry went to the mound. He said to Cooper, "You got to go." "Oh, you have to go." Here's Russell, 0 for 2, a fly out and a grounder to second. The tying run is at third, go-ahead run at second. 1-0 Sox here on the Cubs 6th.
One of the things they may have discussed as well is do not let Russell beat you with Montero on deck.
The base to work with, you're absolutely right. Russell, right-handed batter waits. González deals the pitch. A swing and a miss, strike 1. He's coming right after him.
Good changeup right there. Just disappeared at home plate.
Arizona in the 6th trails at Milwaukee 7-2. There may be some changes in Arizona. You never know. Detroit now takes a 3-1 lead to the top of the 8th at Fenway over the Red Sox. Russell waiting for the 0-1 pitch from González. And here it is. Down, 1 ball, 1 strike. Continuing that scoreboard. The Angels are at Kansas City at Kauffman, bottom of 5. It's 4-2 Halos. St. Louis playing the Mets, postponed out there in Flushing Meadows, New York. Baltimore and Colorado at Camden Yards in the 8th are tied at 2. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Cubs and Sox fans whooping it up. The 1-1 to Russell, swinging a bouncing ball foul past third.
An aggressive hitter, Russell, and a pitch in he thought was going to be right there. Turned out the speed got him. It was 83 miles an hour.
Games like these, just like this, you're amped up. The place is sold out all the way to the top, all the way around. They're standing 5 or 6 deep behind the bleachers from the pole and right to the pole and left. And also that fan deck at center is full as well. And the 1-2 pitch from González, foul back. He had something drive there up, then he fouled it back. Nice to have Paul Konerko and John Cangelosi up here, huh?
Always a pleasure seeing former teammates and friends come around, for sure.
And talked to John. He and his fiancée are here tonight.
Indeed.
But so we both asked him what the date was, and he's reluctant. He thinks we're going to show up.
Yeah.
He's right.
He didn't want us to know.
The 1-2 from González. Check swing, strike 3 called. Got him. Nicely done. 2 strikeouts in the inning. And González has bagged his 7th. He works around 2 hits, and the Cubs leave the tie-in run at third, and the go-ahead run at second, halfway through the 6th.
Presents, sponsoring us.
So here's Tim Anderson, front and center, first pitch swing to strike 1. John Cangelosi wants everybody to know he's got a hitting club here on the southwest side of Chicago, and one of the suburbs, that is. And you're going to get some good instruction from John, as you will from the Bull Sox Academy as well. The 0-1. That's low. 1 ball, 1 strike, I guess. Looked like it covered home plate.
Yeah, it may have covered it, but obviously not at the right height, huh?
No. I don't think so.
Well, he caught it in the dirt.
Yeah.
Come on.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Dirt ball. What are we doing?
And the 1-1. That's outside, 2 balls and a strike. Arrieta has thrown 68 pitches, and this is the C.J. Wilson home run hitting inning. Uncontested. Bob Reiser from Aurora, Illinois. White Sox hit back-to-back home runs in this inning. That's 3 in a row. Bob's going to get a 2016 Mazda 6 from C.J. Wilson. Mazda. For complete rules, go to the contest page, WLSAM.com. And Bob, good luck to you. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Tim Anderson spread out stance, right-hand batter's box, 1-0 Sox, 6th inning. That one's outside. It was 0-2, and now it's 3-2.
I think Anderson has been tremendous with what he has shown us with the bat this early part of his big league career.
I don't think we've seen a better rookie this year. The 3-2 pitch, found out a play of the right. When he gets a fastball, rarely does he not hit it hard.
Yeah.
And that's what you're supposed to do. We talk about it all the time. The breaking ball is going to fool.
Right.
Fools everybody. But when he gets a fastball, he's going to swing hard and hit it hard.
I think that's been a lot of fun, and also the part of him adjusting to some of the breaking stuff in a game. It's just been fun to watch how he works.
The 3-2 pitch to Anderson, off the end of the bat foul. That was like a changeup, and he was way out in front of it.
Talking to him a couple of weeks ago.
He's a great kid.
Oh, yeah, but, he mentioned how his sophomore year in high school, he missed the baseball tryouts and wasn't going to play baseball, but one of his friends convinced the team to give him an opportunity, convinced the coach to let him try out and see if he could make the team, and it worked out pretty well.
The 3-2 to Anderson, chop foul up the third base line, so he spread them out.
Yeah, otherwise he'd have just kept playing basketball and said, oh, well, I'm done with baseball.
Well, I was watching TV a little bit this afternoon before heading to the park. I-55 was a parking lot.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that today. That's a tragedy.
It's not good. Wasn't good on that freeway either. But I saw the thing about Venezuela being here at the UC, and I believe that's Friday, isn't it, 8 p.m.?
Yeah, the
Venezuela against Team USA.
Team USA against Venezuela.
Coach K will be there.
Yeah, I believe it is Friday, indeed.
And that, for me, that gets things going as far as looking forward to the Bulls season next year, because we expect good things from the Bulls as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the 3-2 again from Arrieta, strike 3 called. He down to the outside corner, I think.
Yep.
He's got him twice on strikes, Arrieta, getting Anderson.
Took him 10 pitches.
Yeah, that's 5 strikeouts also. There's Melky Cabrera. In this game, he's been remembered for the catch. It would have put the Cubs ahead, and they'd be tied right now at 1. Instead, it was an out off the bat of Chris Bryant. Cabrera made a leaping catch at the wall and left. The ball was over the fence, and he brought it back for an out. Now pitch, low for ball 1. When we saw him in Baltimore, Jake Arrieta wasn't impressed.
Right.
Become very candid with you, wasn't impressed. Didn't throw enough strikes. But the impression certainly changed last year. I thought he was the best pitcher in baseball. There's the 1-0. That's high, 2 balls, no strikes. Doesn't do much, no arms and legs, no flourish to this. It's a very simple delivery. It's very compact, and the ball jumps out of his hand.
He was pretty dominant last year, 22 wins.
The 2-0. That's a swinging strike, 2-1, threw it right by him.
I thought the mastery of the word pitching by Dallas Keuchel last year.
I was going to say you liked Keuchel.
I just thought it was so impressive how he didn't miss his location, it seemed, ever. Threw the ball exactly where the catcher wanted it.
It was a year of the beard for those two guys. The 2-1, that's low, 3-1. Did Keuchel have a long beard, too?
Yeah, those two. I mean,
there was a number of guys who had that.
Let's spread it out.
Did you ever play with a long beard like that?
I did not.
Yeah.
No Gandalf for me.
I had one in winter baseball, and then I said, you know what? It's really warm down here. I'm not wearing this anymore.
What was that, the 70s?
No, it was after that. Yeah, it was the late 70s.
Hippies movement?
No more. This is out. Yeah, 3-1 the pitch. 3-2 now. Hippie movement?
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't have those too much in winter baseball.
Come on. That's your time to let loose.
No. Down there to get better. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. 1-0 Sox, 6th inning. The 3-2, he walked him. Let's pause here 10 seconds for station identification. Listen to White Sox baseball on WLS AM 890 and this year's Sox Radio Network.
WLS FM HD2 Chicago, the home of Steve Dahl. Weekday afternoons 2 till 6. A Cumulus station.
Jake Arrieta has issued his second walk, both to the same player. He walked Cabrera with 2 outs in the first, walks him again with 1 out here in the 6th. And here's Jose Abreu. Oh, for the homer. Oh, for the long one.
Yeah, to me, this is the kind of series, this kind of energy in the ballpark is raising the adrenaline level of our players.
Yeah. Well, you get amped up. You know what's going to happen. You come here, and all of a sudden, you walk out, pregame drills. I'm not talking about batting practice. I'm talking about getting loose for the game. You start seeing the fans. This place is sold out. It's rafter to rafter. If you're not amped up for this, you need to get another profession. That pitch is high for ball 1. This is as good as it gets. This reminds me of crowds for the World Series, right here.
Oh, yeah.
And for us in Chicago, the Cubs and Sox series, that's what it's become. It's no longer a charity game, although sometimes we're charitable, and so are the Cubs to us. 1-0 Sox here in the 6th. Abreu waiting with 1 out with Cabrera at first. The 1-0. Didn't get it. 2 balls, no strikes. Now, you're in the batter's box right now.
Yeah.
2-0. You know what Arrieta throws. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm not looking for his breaking stuff because that's too hard to hit in the first place. So I'm looking for his fastball now. Where's it going to be? I'm not looking to my weakness. I'm looking middle in.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to get the barrel out there to catch it.
2 balls, no strikes. Arrieta looking first, the 2-0. Fastball in, fouled back, 2-1.
And he didn't get the barrel out there to catch it. He got beat on that pitch. I mean, he took a good aggressive swing, but that barrel, when he made contact, was still at an angle towards the first base dugout. It was not. The barrel should have been at that point, to me, basically the barrel, the end of the bat, pointing towards first base, which tells you he's got the angle now to hit that ball out of here to left field. It was pointed to the dugout.
You want to barrel it up?
Yeah.
Oh. 2 balls, 1 strike. Cabrera at first, and the 2-1 with 1 out. Close now. It's 3-1.
I'll say this.
Swing at it.
If I throw Abreu a 2-0 fastball as a pitcher, and he fouls it off to the right a little bit, I'd think, well, obviously he can't catch it to my fastball, and the fastball count he's not ready for it. I'll just keep pumping it up there.
Well, there's another thing in that. When you have him swing at a pitch in, you've made him aware of it. He's not going to swing at one if it's not a strike on the outside corner unless it's a breaking ball.
Right.
Throw him a fastball and a miss. Now it's 3-1. And here's the 3-1 from Jake Arrieta. Line drive over the head of the second baseman into center. Hayward caught it on a second bounce. That's how hard that was hit.
I tell you, it's not always about, for Abreu, trying to hit home runs. He's more about this year in particular, just trying to stay alive and get his hits. Short, compact, nice swing right there. If he'd applied that more on the 2-0 approach rather than loading up, probably would have crushed it.
I believe that's one Chris Bosio on a walk to the mound. You faced him, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. That was no fun.
How was that curveball?
No, I didn't. His curveball.
Slider.
He had me swinging at that stuff, bouncing on the plate.
Yep.
He threw a curveball, folks. It looked like it was right there, thigh high. You'd swing and boop, bottom fall out right at the plate. No fun.
So Bosio goes out to talk to Arrieta with Morneau heading to home plate. Sox trying to add on to a 1-0 lead here in the 6th inning. By the way, the C.J. Wilson Mazda, that's still up for grabs. You just have to hit 3 home runs in a row.
Well, start right now.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 men aboard.
Didn't the Tigers hit 3 in the 9th inning yesterday?
Not back-to-back-to-back, but
no,
yeah.
but 2 were back-to-back.
Yeah, that doesn't get you a car, though.
No, but 3 here would get the Sox
Where are you going
in the car.
Where are you going with this? You're nowhere in the same ballpark with me.
They just put up ball 4 there. This is the first pitch to Morneau for ball 1. You know, that could be a new thing. Ball 4, and then you go to strike 3, and then he just can't be struck out or walked.
Yes. You could do that.
87 pitches thrown by Arrieta. See what the 88th brings. That one brings ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
I think the White Sox very fortunate to have a veteran like Justin Morneau in their lineup now in situations just like this. He's going to give you good at-bats.
He's not anxious to swing at the first pitch.
Well, normally he is, but, he's a guy that has such history and experience. He knows how to get the job done.
1 ball, 1 strike, the 1-1 from Arrieta. That indeed is a strike. How did it get to be 1-1? It was 2-0. Now it should say 2-1 on the scoreboard.
Well, it should.
It's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Go get it. We can see that. Our listeners can't. Yeah.
Nice going. Cubs are warming a right-hander in their bullpen. That's Grimm. No, that's his name with 2 M's. The 2-1. Swinging a foul back. Even count now with for Arrieta. The Cubs are 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Justin Grimm.
That was a little cut fastball.
90-mile-an-hour cutter in. Morneau, timing was there. Unfortunately, not the location, as that cutter beat him.
There it is, just crossed the threshold of 90 pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second, the 2-2. High pop out to play to the left. That game at Baltimore at Camden Yards. Going to the 9th inning, they're tied at 2 with the Rockies are the Birds of Baltimore. And Toronto doubled up on San Diego at Rogers Center. It's 4-2, I believe Blue Jays won that game. Oakland 5, Texas 4. That's in the bottom of the 6th. And Arlington, Texas. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Morneau waits in the 2-2. Strike 3 call, throwing that curveball and something off speed. Got him looking. The outs in this inning, called strikes.
Something high. And Morneau, I'm in agreement with that's not a strike. That's a curveball that was caught at the top of the strike zone, which means it was high. I'm all about hanging curveballs, but that's high.
Well, Rizzo had his say earlier, and Morneau minds his manners at home plate. He just took it and said, okay, I'm out. Here's Frazier with a chance. Hit his 29th home run. And Tom tonight, a ground out and a strikeout. So his dad tonight. Pitch to Todd. The bat goes flying. It goes into the stand. Strike 1. What's going on with that bat tonight?
Well, he's had problems because he's fooled on the speed of the pitch, and he's trying to just extend his hands out and get a piece of the bat. Of the ball. But right now, Todd needs to have a little different approach. He needs to think about driving that ball straight to center field. I talked to him today. He and I were talking a little hitting and approaches and stuff like that. And one of the things I love about him, one of my favorite things, I like a lot of things about the guy, is his attitude and approach. I mean, he's always so positive.
He's a great guy.
I'm going to go get him today, man. I've got this guy. I know him. And that's what you're supposed to do when you're starting a game.
I talked to his dad. I said, your son's a great person. He goes, takes after my wife. The 0-1 is swinging a long one to center. Does it have enough? To the track, to the wall. He goes deep. A 3-run homer. Light it up. Sox now lead 4-0 for Frazier's 29th.
How about that? Game of adjustments.
That went flying, and then the ball went flying out of here.
Indeed, he stayed right on it. Drove a breaking ball out of here to center field. As we were talking earlier about him driving the ball to center field, well, apparently he delivered.
That was a hanger, my friend.
That home run is brought to us by the Community Hospital in Munster, Indiana, that make a donation to the Gift of Hope Organ and Tissue Donor Network.
Estimate the distance at 4:10 as that pitch is taken high for ball one. There's still only one, make that 2 outs in this inning, and Shuck at home plate. The strikeouts, 2 of them are in this inning. He has a total of 6 now. 1-0 on J.B. Shuck. Now the count goes to 2-0 as that misses down and away.
And 18 at-bats for Frazier against Arrieta. He now has just 4 hits, but 2 of them are home runs.
2 balls, no strikes. Arrieta's 2-0 to J.B. Shuck. The Ohio State Buckeye fouls that one back for strike 1, 2-1. My question to you is, when González has gone through 6, you definitely send him out there for the 7th. We need him to go 7 or 8 innings tonight at least. I don't think Robertson or Jones are available tonight out of the bullpen.
I talked to David today. He says he's ready.
There's a 2-1. A half swing foul, 2-2. If there's something that makes a hitter mad, it's that right there, because that was not a strike. Now the swing is still hit his bat.
You know, you say it doesn't matter. Closer's got to be ready to go every day. And I talked to Robertson today. He said he's ready to go, but
he had 2 wins yesterday.
Well, but that's when the coaching staff, the manager comes up and says, I don't care if he's ready or not. He's getting today off.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2. Over, but a little low.
Yeah, that might have been a strike across the knees, but I'll say this. When you're calling them across the armpits, it's tough to call the low one, too.
It's tough to swing at the one across the armpits, too.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a ladder. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, the 3-2 to Shuck. Hit him off, hit the bat first, and then it hit J.B. Shuck either in the shoulder or the chin.
Well, it hit his foot and then on up to get the rest of his body. I got him 3 or 4 places. That thing was a body hugger. Foot, shin, and then ribs.
Chest, yeah, the ribs. I hope his ribs are okay.
I mean, that's not easy to do. Hit it straight down off your foot, boom, off your everything.
Forget a lot of things.
Ouch.
That's a Super Bowl. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the 3-2 to Shuck. Shot up the middle through the wickets. Behind second base, they've got him. The play nicely done by the shortstop Russell to get it, throw him out. That'll do it. In between that out, the strikeout, a 3-run homer by Frazier with Cabrera and Abreu aboard.
And top of the order, Fowler.
Montero singled the last time up to right field, beat the shift, if you will, and he did. The pitch is swinging a line drive to right. That's a base hit, maybe a double. It's going to roll down in the corner. Montero has second with no problem. As Eaton had a problem picking it up. Now he gets the ball in. That's a conceded double from the start. No problem with that.
Yeah, Adam, on 3 occasions in this game, actually, has taken his eye off the ball before he's actually had it under control. He did it there. Reached down and started to look up and missed the ball with his bare hand. One thing you're always taught as a baseball player, watch the ball into your glove or your hand before you start looking where it's going next.
I thought that pitch was a high changeup.
I know it was high and in.
Yeah. So runner at second. Here's Baez. Javier Baez, their second baseman. He's talented. He bats 9th. He's hitting .285. They are loaded, are the Cubs. Duke begins to warm in the Sox bullpen and left. González to look at second. The pitch to Baez outside, ball 1. This is the moment of truth for most starters, the 7th inning.
Yeah, you know, and also 3rd time through the lineup.
Well, that's what does it. And usually it's, I mean, if you're having a good day, it's the 7th. But usually you get it in the 6th. But 7th inning, for some reason, that's That's the spot you go, okay, I need an out here, or you need this. And you put in undue pressure on yourself. The 1-0, swinging a long one to left. The Sox now leading by 2. Baez tomahawked something up for a home run. That was a rocket, his 10th.
I believe that was a changeup. Changeup up. Same pitch Montero hit for the double. I think that's a wake-up call to not use that pitch anywhere up in the zone again.
So that home run by Frazier proves to be a dagger right now for the Cubs. However, there's no outs, 2 runs across. They're halfway to a cycle in this inning for Dexter Fowler, the designated hitter. That ball was a missile going off the back wall in the Sox bullpen.
Yeah, that was a beautiful swing by Baez. Yeah, you can, with that swing, oh boy, he's going to hit some balls hard.
Change-ups that are elevated late, that's what happens to him. Pitch to Fowler, that's low for ball 1. That was another changeup, by the way. They estimate the distance on the home run, 369 feet. I know one thing, it was a missile out of here. The 1-0, swinging a long one, fouled on the right field line, 1-1.
369 feet with some concrete miss on that back wall of the bullpen.
Exactly right.
Because it took a chip out of it.
Tickets sold tonight as sellout. The second one this season. The first one, opening day, 39,510 tonight. See game 1. That pitch to Fowler, a little pop-up. The shortstop Anderson will play it. About 2 steps in the outfield to get Dexter Fowler. He is 0 for 4 tonight.
And Friday, August 5th, come see the White Sox host the Orioles at 7:10. All fans are invited to stay for post-game fireworks. Presented by Athletico Physical Therapy. Athletico Physical Therapy, better for everybody.
That is 1 week from this Friday as we head to Target Field in Minneapolis after the come game Thursday night at Wrigley. And we have a 3-game series. Then we have an off day, I believe, on Monday at Detroit. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday before the Orioles series starts here at U.S. Cellular. Make your ticket plans to be with us. That one fouled at home plate, 0-1 on Chris Bryant. This guy's got some ability also. And he bats second. Him and Harper were on the same team in high school. Come on.
Bryce Harper, indeed.
Yeah. Went to San Diego. That's the university in San Diego. The Toreros down there. That's only about 15 minutes from San Diego State. And to get to that baseball field, you walk down about 100 steps. Yeah, the school's up on a hill, and the baseball field's down at the bottom of that hill.
That's fun.
It's a nice ballpark, too. 0-2 the count of Chris Bryant. And a 2-strike pitch from González. Swinging and missing that curve in the dirt. Now they're 2 down. That's the 8th strikeout for Miguel González. Ventura's going to the bullpen. We have a pitching change. We'll keep it here for González to lead because the White Sox fans are going to applaud for Miguel González. He pitched great baseball, made one mistake in this inning after a double, a Baez home run to left field. It didn't lose any altitude until it hit the back wall and came back to get Fowler on a pop-out to short and a strikeout. Duke runs in from the bullpen.
Games and a save. He has 42 strikeouts in 36 in the third innings. 43 would be great right here.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. So it's Anthony Rizzo at home plate. Duke with the spinning breaking ball over for strike 1. And we talked to Paul Konerko, one of the legends here for the White Sox. Did great things in a Sox uniform. I want to talk more about what he was here for originally, not just to say hello. That one's low. T-shirt from the Sales Support Sensory Processing Disorder Organization. Purchase that at athletesbrand.com/Paul. We do something good for others. That's what we're in this for, helping everybody. This one's fouled on the ground. The count now 0-2. Wasn't the first one called a strike on the curveball?
Yes. It is 1-2 now.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Rizzo calls time at home plate. 2 outs, 2 runs across. We're in the 7th inning. Sox leading 4-2, or 4-0 as this inning started. Next one to Rizzo. Fastball too close. 2-2. That was just a purpose pitch. He swung at it. That was even better. He didn't. And now that opens up what I think is the outside corner to Rizzo. González pitched a good ball game. And the 2-2. Duke's pitch fouled on the ground. That's another fastball.
Yeah, Miguel seems to have gotten to a point wearing a White Sox uniform where he's pitching with confidence now, almost like he feels, yeah, I belong here with this club. Whereas when he first got here, he was hot and cold with the confidence.
Next one, a swing and a high pop-up on the infield. Who wants it? Frazier points to it, tells Anderson, it's yours. And it is, and that'll do it for the Cubs. Get a double from Montero, and that Baez, it's his 10th home run to the Sox bullpen and left, and nobody left.
No wins or losses in 43 games, and also no saves. But he does have an earned run average. That's at 5.06. Hard-throwing right-hander is ready to go against Navarro here in this 7th inning.
So it's Navarro, as Darren mentioned, first man up here in the 7th. Arrieta threw 101 pitches with 65 strikes.
Graham hard on the right-handers, not so much the lefties.
This is a fastball hit high in the air, left side, net of play, strike one.
Lefties hitting 304, righties 195 against him.
I'm looking at some of the totals for the starter, Arrieta. Struck out 6 in 6 innings of work. Gave up 5 hits in 6 innings. There's 1 hit on the ground, the first off the bat of Navarro, caught by Rizzo, and that will do it for him. 3 unassisted on the out. There's Saladino.
Gotta reach down and get a little extra energy as this part of the game comes around. You start facing these relievers. You face a starter for so much and you feel pretty comfortable. You want to beat them. They bring in a fresh arm, and you got to amp yourself back up. Even though you've got a lead, you got to add to it.
I know this. Justin Grimm's fastball, that's up there. It's on you in a hurry. Arrieta's, I'll give you this final line. He pitched good baseball tonight, made a mistake. Just one, and that's all he had to do. And Frazier hit his 29th home run straight up at center. 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, the home run, and a wild pitch. Grimm's first one in there for strike one to Tyler Saladino, the 9th place hitter, the 0-1. Swinging strike on a slider, 0-2.
Grimm's first pitch, a biting curveball. And then he backed it up with another one. He throws it extremely hard, almost the speed of a slider, but it's actually a curveball with the bottom falling out at home plate.
And the 0-2 pitch, that's the curve again in the dirt this time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And I don't know why this is with some pitchers. You throw your curveball over twice, and then you think the third one has to be better. It doesn't.
Great point. You're right. That became the 0-2. Okay, I can't get beat on this curveball.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And all it does is cost you a pitch. It doesn't do anything. I mean, unless the guy's so overly aggressive, swings at a 56-foot pitch. The 1-2 outside with the curve again. Now the mystery of the curveball's break is gone. That's what it is. If you're going to do something to move the hitter, you're going to have to throw him a fastball in. Worked away and away. And this pitch calls, or this count calls for a pitch in.
Well, he's probably going with the curveball again.
I think he is. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the 2-2. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside corner. He didn't go in. He went away.
He did. I don't know. At that point, I guess he was confused if he'd see another one, but he threw a perfect 95-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees on the outside corner. I think Tyler just was caught in between speeds and couldn't defend himself.
Absolutely. We see pitchers like this, and this is our first look this season at Justin Grimm. Looks like he has great stuff. Sometimes they pitch better when they're behind. They make these pitches, and where they come into a game that's tied or they're ahead may not be the case. There's Eaton following the first one off, strike 1.
They're feeling different pressure. I agree with that.
Yeah.
And close game situations for everybody, whether it be a hitter with somebody in scoring position. That's why there's great pitchers that end up in the Hall of Fame and hitters, because they handle pressure better than others.
1-1 the count, 2 outs, 7th inning, 4-2 Sox. This one's fouled back. Now it's 0-2, and Grimm has worked ahead of each batter in this inning.
There's no difference of a hitter walking to home plate with nobody on in a nothing ball game and getting the fastball and hitting it than nobody on in a 9th inning and you're trying to do something more. You put pressure on yourself. There's the difference.
Room to work at 0-2. Montero threw the signs, a 2-strike pitch. That's an overhand fastball, and that's outside. It's 95 miles an hour on the speed gun. Well, that's what I thought it would be, somewhere from 95 to 100. There's a fan here with a Sox jersey on. and her husband with a Cub jersey on. Now Eaton swings and fouls that one off. On the other side is the lady wearing a Cubs jersey. She's in between two Cub people, and she's got the Sox jersey on, and she's looking at the game on TV.
How you know?
Or maybe even listening on WLS.
How do you know they're married?
I'm assuming that because she's next to him, and she could be just sitting with her sister. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 to Adam Eaton. Fastball, strike 3 called. And Grimm pitches a perfect 7th with 2 strikeouts. Both of them called. The first one to Saladino. The second one on Adam Eaton. We're going to the 8th at U.S. 8th inning. White Sox leading 4-2. Save opportunity is brought to you by the Comet Energy Efficiency Program. Save with rebates on smart thermostats. Learn more at ComEd.com/rebates. First one from Duke. Down, ball 1. This is Ben Zobrist. Zobrist in right field tonight. He can play anywhere on the field, and he's a good player and a switch batter. Faces Duke in the right-handed batter's box. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. To say Zach Duke is quiet, I think, would be putting an exclamation on it with really no explanation.
You mean as a
What's
person?
going on? Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm okay.
You got, he'll get going.
Here's the 1. The swung on and fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, so how are you? I let the fireworks off today. Cherry bombs, a spectacular fireworks show on the 4th of July. Just get excited about it. Come on.
No, he may not be Mr. Excitement.
No.
I know he and his
He's a great guy.
relief pitching core friends.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, they are tight. They hang out together.
The 1-2 pitch. Close, didn't get it. Very close as Zobrist takes ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. After Zobrist, Wilson Contreras, and then Jason Hayward in the 8th inning. 2 runs, 7 hits for the Cubs. Here's a swing and a high pop on the left side, not a play.
Zach Duke does it the old-fashioned way with cunning and guile. He's just got you off balance, slow stuff.
The guile part is what I'm worried about.
The guile part's the big part.
The 2-2. Outside 3-2. Walks late usually aren't a good thing.
Now Duke's delivery changes it on you, quick pitches you. It gives you a stare away like the Fernando look to the sky sometimes as a hitter. You're going, what's he looking at up there?
Well, Fernando closed his eyes.
Yes, he did.
The 3-2 pitch, that's way outside. He walks Zobrist. So the leadoff man on here in the 8th. That was on the 7th, and that scored a run.
I'd say that last one kind of slipped out of his hand since he threw it like 15 feet outside.
By the way, the Cubs now have put 2 men leading off on base to start an inning. Last inning, this one to the mound. Ventura. Does he want the ball from Duke? He's talking to him. He's talking more to Saladino, and now he gets the ball from Duke. Zach Duke's out of the game. Pitching change. Albers was warming up. I think first for Wilson Contreras. Here's the tying run at home plate. It is 4-2 White Sox here in the Cubs' 8th. They have 7 hits. We have 5. We have 4 runs. The damage done by Frazier in the 6th with a 3-run homer off Arrieta to put the Sox up 4-0. Then a double from Montero. And Baez with his 10th home run got the Cubs 2 in the 7th. There's a throw over to first, and Zobrist is back over on a crossover step. No tag applied by first baseman Jose Abreu.
Got double duty warming up in the bullpen of Canely and Jennings. Got the left-handed Hayward on deck. Get the double play, as you pointed out, and, Albers, he'll probably stand there to face Hayward.
Showing bunt. Contreras, that's called a strike.
Well, Contreras showing bunt only because he wanted to either take a pitch or he actually wanted to try and get a hit. But with the effort he showed me, it seemed like to me he was just taking all the way.
Yeah. Albers on a relief of Duke. There was on a relief of González. Zobrist has a pretty good lead away from first. Albers checks him. And the pitch. A swing and a bouncing ball to second. Saladino takes the out at second. That's all. That's all you're going to get. That's 4-6 on the out. That's the one you take. I'll be surprised if Ventura doesn't come out.
Yep.
Once Hayward's announced.
Yeah, that's that keep the runner from reaching scoring position play. No rush by Saladino. No rush at second base, receiving the ball by Anderson, knowing they had to get the lead runner, and that's it.
A month ago, or 3 weeks ago, that may not have been the way that Anderson took it. Because he thought he could get everybody. Now he has learned you take the out, get the out.
Anderson had the manager, Joe Madden, check the replay on that because he was a little quick out there with that toe tap at second base. He's going to have to realize, going to have to prove that he's staying on that base. Every time it's close and he's coming across there quickly, teams are now questioning what he's doing.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. So it's Albers to face Hayward here in the 8th. The game's on the line. We lead by 2. Bouncing ball to second, could be 2. The short for 1. Flat-footed throw to first. Didn't get him. Just didn't have time. And the slide by the base runner, Contreras, took the legs out and the feet away from Tim Anderson at second.
And that's one where Robin Ventura might question what took place out there at second, as he's saying right now, hold on. He's asking the umpires to wait while they check the video.
He rolled him.
Well, if he slid past second base going after him, then that could be considered interference nowadays. And he did.
I don't think that he's going to get that call, but that's what I saw.
Well, he slid past second base.
They're reviewing that, and then Ventura says no.
Yep.
I mean, Ventura's group in the dugout had the video coordinator up there, and they were looking at that. So there's runner at first still. Now there's 2 outs for Anderson Russell, the shortstop. And Russ tonight 0 for 3. Albers with the delivery right down the middle, strike 1. We're sold out tonight here at U.S. Cellular. What does this mean? If the White Sox win this game, we're going to have just as many tomorrow night, and then Wrigley Field will always over there when we go over. It's a madhouse. Parking, oh brother. Toss over to first, back with no problem. There's Jason Hayward.
Addison Russell, just 22 years of age. Came over in the trade that sent Samardzija and Jason Hamill to the A's. He was the A's top prospect at the time, and he came over here. Last year, 242 hitter with 13 home runs for the Cubs.
1-1 the count on Addison Russell. And that pitch close, but down out of strike, 1-1.
115 hits. He had 29 doubles as well and a triple.
Lives in Pace, Florida. Look at first, and the delivery, that's outside. 2 balls and a strike. 12-game hitting streak exclusively out of the 9th spot. Was the first in the National League since 1924. Pittsburgh's Wilbur Cooper. Hello, Wilbur.
Wilbur Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember him.
You don't? No, 1926.
Okay.
2-1. Big pitch here to Addison Russell, and here it is. That's low. 3-1. On deck is Miguel Montero. Last time up, he doubled. That may be the spot for Jennings if he's announced. And then Jennings will probably come into the game with runners on if he walks him. The 3-1. He did walk him. The go-ahead run now goes to home plate with Montero, and Ventura is looking at the home plate umpire. Is he in the game? He's already been announced. He's staying in the game, and Ventura's staying with Albers. 2 walks in this inning, 2 force plays, runners at first and second. White Sox leading by 2 at 4-2 in the 8th. Let's get him out, get some runs in the bottom half of this inning. Sox 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 2 runs, 7 hits for the Cubs. Top of the 8th inning at U.S. Cellular.
All about the bullpens and the benches at this point.
And the pitch. That's a strike called 0-1. When I came back after arm surgery, came back to Milwaukee and went to the big leagues. They were in a pennant race there. The Brewers were. They were just starting to have those teams that we grew to know in the 70s. 78 that was. And it was a sellout like this every day at County Stadium. Here's the 0-1. The low with a sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. And for just coming back from the minor leagues, as you know, the crowds were not gigantic there.
No.
In the Pacific Coast League, but coming to that, and now the guys who've come up, I'm trying to tie this in from our AAA affiliate or the minor leagues, they're seeing this front and center.
Yeah.
And the 1-1, a swing and a dribbler foul. And I'm speaking basically about Carson Fulmer. This is a guy that was at Vanderbilt a couple of years ago. Now he's in our bullpen. He's looking at this going, oh, brother.
Well, you can also say that about when he played in Omaha last year, where the games are sold out and packed. Probably got to be 20,000.
Yeah. That's a great point, because that's no longer just a stadium that has seats down the lines.
Right.
It goes all the way around. 1 ball, 2 strikes. White Sox fans on their feet. So are the Cub fans. And to the mound goes Navarro to talk things over with Matt Albers. Rather see this, Darren, than just say, okay, I think I'm going to do this. You have to be committed.
You know, when I got to Toronto in '93 from the Padres and ran out on the field for the first time on opening day to right field, and it was the roar of the crowd of a sellout.
Yeah.
And then every day that sellout.
It's ground shaking, isn't it?
Well, it elevates what you think you should be doing as a player, because everybody's watching.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on. 4-2 Sox, the 1-2. Struck him out. Nicely done. That'll do it for the Cubs. No runs, a couple of walks, and 2 left. Halfway through the 8th, it's 4. He's not been late on a fastball, not very often, let's say that.
He's not getting that pitch.
Oh, he's getting a heater. The first one, there's foul, back, strike 1. That was a breaking ball, 0-1.
Yeah,
he's proud of his curveball, but his fastball should be his bread and butter.
Well, I think he's going to try and pitch backwards. Throw the breaking ball to get him out with the fastball after the fact.
There's the 0-1. Another curve, that went on the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. The fastball should set up his curve, but he's pitching, as Darren said, backwards. One ball, 1 strike, and the 1-1 to Tim Anderson. There's a curve again, swung and a miss, 1-2. Now you may see the curve, the fastball. You got him aware of the curve. He's throwing them all pitches that are all curveballs, and now you're going to get a heater, I think.
Well, I think he's going to throw him that pitch once more. Let's see who's right.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Drum roll.
And the 1-2. Fastball popped up, falling out of play.
You're right. Oh, folks, you should have seen the little nonchalant head turn he gave me there with the, of course. Okay.
His fastball's good. I don't know what that was, but the previous ones were at 95. Now you may go back to the curve. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tim Anderson waits. And the 1-2 pitch. Curveball in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I was thinking that same thing.
I noticed you didn't say it.
I didn't have time. You're hogging the mic. Right up to the pitch.
What's he going to throw now?
Now? He's got to throw the curveball again.
We're going to throw a fastball here. I don't think the catcher wants him to go 3-2. Could be wrong.
Oh, which is it? Are you wrong or are you right?
Fastball, I think he's going to throw a fastball in.
He's curveball.
We're swinging a line drive, 1 hop to the second baseman, Baez. He threw it out to first like it was, I can't believe you actually hit it to me.
Yeah, that curveball that he hit to him.
I'm not sure what that was.
By the way, I've been reminded. I don't know if reminded or reprimanded by Ed Casson that it was Albers pitching 2 days ago, not yesterday. It all runs together with all this rain and continuation. I don't know what day's what day anymore. Driving me crazy.
Well, 2 days ago it was a game that actually ended yesterday.
I know, but it felt like it was all a continuation. So, in a sense, Ed Casson, I'm right, I guess.
He was swinging a foul on a play to the right. That's like Riders of the Storm.
Now, Ed said it's not a reprimand. It felt like it, though.
This is Melky Cabrera. He's telling the on-deck man that was a changeup. I hope so. He pulled it, followed the upper deck. There's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive, gap right center field. Is going to get down and split the gap. That's going to the national sign at right center. Cabrera has 2, and he'll stop with a double.
It's those rare times where you actually get to see Melky show that he has some decent speed, because he was chug-a-lugging along.
Yes, he was.
And thinking about 3, he does have 4 triples this year. Usually that's when it hits the wall and carry him somewhere.
If you looked at the dugout, whoever it was in there, he looked like, should I be over there at third, pointed? In the dugout, 3 guys went yes. And he went,
Yeah.
He turned around and looked the other way. He goes, no.
Yeah, no, he'll do that. He'll have some fun with the boys.
Yeah.
Curveball, kept his head down beautifully and nailed that. I mean, if you want to give the example of how to keep your head on the ball, that was it.
Joe Madden to the mound. That's going to be it for Grimm. We'll tell you a pitch when we come back after this. Listen to White Sox baseball on WLSAM 890. He wears the number 6. It's not usually worn by a pitcher, but
no, that's
it's worn tonight. There's Abreu with a chance to make it a 3-run lead, maybe even 4. Is that what's high?
He's
Ball
lean.
1.
He's a lean dude.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. 1-1 with a save, a .426 earned run average, 24 relief appearances in Iowa this year. You find him?
Oh, I got him. It's an elite type, the 1-0. That's inside. 2 balls, no strike. 25 years of age. He'll turn 25 on September 3rd. From Prosperity, South Carolina is where he lives. He's 6'3" and 170 pounds.
Yeah, you know.
He's closing in on sales structure.
Yeah, you know what his nickname is? String Bean.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ed. 2 balls, no strikes. Yeah, they acquired him from the Texas Rangers with infielder Mike Alt, Justin Grimm, and a player to be named later for Neil Ramirez. In 2013 did the Cubs for also pitcher Matt Garza. There's a swinging strike, 2-1.
That was 98 miles an hour. What are we doing here? I mean, this guy's Chris Sale-like. Long, lean, and bringing the gas.
One out, runner at second, 4-2 Sox. That's a big run at second. They're all big after the 7th or 6th inning. If you're going to win, Edwards with a look at second, the 2-1. Abreu takes ball 3, 3-1 with 1 out.
It says here in a little guide we have about Edwards, Storm Davis, you remember him?
Yeah.
Saw him pitch in an instruction league and went to one of the Texas instructors. He was with Texas at the time. So what round was this guy drafted in? And only to be stunned to hear he's drafted in the 48th round.
Yeah.
He goes, with that arm? Whew.
Yeah. He
Okay.
looks like he's an adolescent. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the 3-1 to Abreu. He walked him.
Yeah, nicknamed String Bean Slinger. String Bean Slinger. That's him.
You know, I've heard other nicknames that are 1 syllable sometimes. String Bean Slinger.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have named him that. I had to come up with something a little more original. Hey, Skinny.
There you go. Now
Flacco.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Slinky.
Okay, that'll work.
Let's put that one out there.
Would you have sung the song, though? Slinky, Slinky.
There's Justin Morneau, 1 for 3 with a single in the 4th. A long one puts us up 7-2. A double play ends the inning. And the pitch outside, ball 1. Talk about easy, heated 97. That's it right there. I mean, he just goes into that delivery and that ball's out of his hand and quickly.
It's not that easy, is it?
No. Well, for him it is. It looks like he's doing nothing. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at first and second, 8th inning. There's a strike, 1-1. That was 96. He took something off it to get it over.
And they have Aroldis Chapman that's going to be pitching for them soon, who, when it leaves his hand, it looks like it's just a straight white line on the way to the plate.
I'm just not sure what they gave up to get Chapman. You know, he's here for the end of the year. There's a swing. Little looper in the center field. That's going to be gloved by Russell. Throw back to second. Not going to get him. And the ball now a trio of Cubs after that. The runners hold on at first and second. It was an advised throw. There's a pop out as to the shortstop. Runner still at first and second with 2 outs for Todd Frazier.
As a full swing by Morneau. It got right on his knuckles. And he muscled it almost into the outfield.
Talk a little about Russell's throw to the second baseman, Baez, please.
Well, he caught it with 2 hands, and almost at the same time of catching it, he was pushing it towards the second base area, almost with his glove. He barely got it out of his glove, and he was throwing like it was a free throw.
There's Frazier. Last time up a 3-run homer, this time taking strike 1. I've had players take their glove, when one's hit back to the pitcher and stuck in the web, they throw the glove over to first base.
Yeah, of course. That's the only option, right?
That's it. Frazier's home run at center field. That was back in the 6th. Sox leading 4-2 here in the 8th. The pitch to Todd, out of play to the right in the air. 0-2 now on Sox third baseman Todd Frazier. 8th inning, 2 down. 2 aboard.
One of the other things Todd and I were talking about today is he's got a few more hits the other way lately, almost like he was trying to beat the shift. I said, so you working on a plan there? You trying to execute beating the shift? He goes, man, I'm just a little late.
Yeah.
I'm
being honest.
I said, there's nothing wrong with that.
The 0-2. High. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Edwards Jr. has Edwards Jr. on his uniform top.
Yeah.
Do they have another Edwards on their team?
No, but you know what? He's a proud junior. Maybe they got another Edwards. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't see one.
Or they're planning to get one. The 1-2 to Todd Frazier. That's low and inside, 2-2. He wanted that, didn't get the call. Albers may have done enough tonight, then maybe he'll come out and pitch the 9th. Sox up 4-2 in the delivery. Frazier's out on strikes, and that'll do it for the Sox. No runs, a double, a walk, and we leave it. For the Cubs, leading it off, Baez, who homered the last time up, to the bullpen and left. Albers with the pitch, popped up foul, strike 1. He was looking to hit another home run.
Well, he's that guy. I mean, no doubt about it. He's a young power hitter. Big numbers in the minor leagues. He's going to come up here, especially in this situation. He's going to have a 2-home-run game.
Canely and Jennings warm right-lefty combination in the bullpen and left field. Albers with the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball to right. This is hit Wells. Slicing away from Eaton. This is trouble. That ball's off the wall for extra bases. And Baez is his second. He's gone around third. And the ball is cut off by Saladino. And he's at second with a double. You keep throwing him high fastballs, he's not going to miss them very often. There's a 3-hit night, and he's batting 9th.
Well, he's just a big,
good-looking hitter.
Swinger and ran into a pitch. I mean, I don't think he really cares where it goes. He just wants to hit it. He proved it right there, picking up his 14th double.
The Cubs, the last 3 innings, have put the leadoff man on. The first 6, not so. Top of the order now, and here's Dexter Fowler. He's the tying run at home plate. And Dexter Fowler has had a devilish of a night. He's 0 for 4, sandwiched between 2 outs in the air. 2 strikeouts. There's a swinging strike, 0-1 on Dexter Fowler. White Sox fans holding their breath. The Cub fans, they want to see some runs. Bryant is on deck. The game is at home plate with Fowler. He's got 8 homers. An 0-1 pitch. That's high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitching up late is not usually a good prescription to win. One ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 to Fowler outside. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike on Dexter Fowler. And the 2-1. Swinging strike, 2-2. That disappeared when it got to home plate. Don't know what it was.
You know, I'm finding in today's baseball, against the right hitters, Ed, just throwing your best fastball up there, you're going to get away with that more than making mistakes with the slow stuff. Unless you are sure it's a dead fastball hitter, you can blow these guys away.
There's a 2-2 with the runner going, no throw to third base.
He's out if Navarro catches it and throws it. But he got in a rush and dropped it. He did not have a good jump out there on his way to third.
He took a chance. He's got 9 stolen bases. I'm not sure Madden's a fan of that either.
No, that's ill-advised.
With him running Fowler's at home plate, he can pick him up in his field of vision.
I mean, that's not something, if I'm a manager, I'm going to endorse.
You're right. If he catches the ball, he's up by a margin. And if you're up by that much, don't go to the dugout. Just head to the bus stop, get on the L, and go back to Wrigley. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the 3-2 to Fowler. A swing and a ground ball the first, foul off his foot.
You know,
I'd like to see that one again on replay.
What I saw on replay with him running, though, Frazier playing way off the line, it became a foot race.
I don't know if he could get there.
Yeah, I mean, he could take advantage of that and force the issue, absolutely, with a shift on of sorts.
You know, if you go by that run at second, doesn't mean anything. Well, I beg to differ with you. Infield back in the 3-2 to Fowler. Off his foot or leg this time, right back to Albers. The count holding at 3-2 on Dexter Fowler. You need an out here. And you'd like to have the out recorded without the runs coming in from third base. Easy Street is not in the ballpark tonight on either side tonight. Sox leading 4-2 in the 3-2 to Fowler. A swing and a line shot off the glove of Abreu in the right field. That's a hit. It's a one-run ball game.
Supposed to be down and away. It was down and over the plate and hit extremely hard off of the glove of Abreu.
Fowler does steal. He's 6 out of 9 in stolen base attempts. 6 he's been successful at.
Yeah, Dexter, after all those foul balls, realized it's time to get that barrel out to a ball and hit it hard. He did.
Now you're going to deal with Bryant, Rizzo to follow, and Zobrist. Remember, Easy Street is not here.
No, that's
Shaky
a fact.
Street now for the Sox, and the Cubs are trying to get back, and they have their best hitter, I think, as far as power goes, with a good average at home plate. That's Chris Bryant, the third baseman.
Well, you've got Bryant, who is an uppercut swinger and a sinker baller going, and to be honest with you, uppercut swingers can hit sinker ballers better than guys that swing down on the ball.
What you want here is you want him to hit the ball as hard as he can to the shortstop.
Just 2 double plays he's hit into.
Bryant at home plate, and there's a throw over to first by Albers. Back is Fowler diving. A lot of Cub fans here tonight. They've had nothing to cheer about until this inning. Well, they had something to cheer about in the 7th with the 2-run homer, but that was over quickly as the side was retired after that. Big pitch here on Chris Bryant, and the delivery. Pulled foul on the ground, strike one. He had him reaching for something that was down and away. Might have been out of the zone. You never get too amped up if you're in this situation. You know what's at hand, but you don't back off the accelerator. You say, this is what I'm going to do. You're committed to it. Can't worry about what he could do. It's what you're going to do to the strike zone on Bryant. Runner at first, and now another throw over there. Bryant is just standing there, and Fowler's going, why are you throwing over? I'm not running. I think some of the Cubs have the rally hats on. I'm not sure. They may have worn them that way to the park.
No, that's a fact. You never know.
0-1 on Bryant. Power hitting third baseman in the 0-1. That's low. A ball and a strike on the ever dangerous Chris Bryant. Big pitch here on 1-1. Fowler at first, the 1-1. A broken bat liner to left. That's a base hit. Fowler turns at second. He's on his way to third. He'll make that. Bryant's going for 2. The throw there. He is out at second base. That's a dangerous move. It came up snake eyes for Bryant. A one-hop throw by Cabrera and left nailed him.
You'll always have to know the arm of the left fielder and his accuracy in that situation. As you described it, he took a chance and he lost. He does get that tying run to third base.
Ventura out of the dugout and on to the way to the bullpen. He's just waved to the bullpen. Pitching change. That's it for Albers. You see on the other side of a 1-minute, 5-second break. White Sox leading 4-3. You're listening to White Sox baseball on WLS AM 890 And this is your Sox Radio Network. Jennings will pitch. A pitch after this.
This is WLS, the White Sox Radio Network.
It makes me feel safer. It makes me
Let's pause here 10 seconds for station identification and listen to White Sox baseball on WLS AM 890. This is the Sox Radio Network.
WLS FM HD2 Chicago. Jonathan Brandmeier is here. Weekday mornings 9 to 11. A Cumulus station.
Jennings from the set. Rizzo waits. Runner at third, Fowler. The tie and run on the pitch. Breaking ball over for strike one. That's a plus right there. Now you're going to work.
Yeah, I remember it was 2 years ago or so, maybe 3 now, that Rizzo was basically just ripped apart for not hitting lefties well at all. And he worked on it, hit him much better last season than this year. He's not terrible at it.
0-1 the count. Fowler at third with a modest lead. Jennings will look there. A tie and run 90 feet from home, and the 0-1 to Rizzo down. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Navarro with a backhand stab on a pitch. Oh, that gets away from me. Oh, my.
You want to come into a situation like this and get amped up? When you run in from the bullpen, you're there already. Tie and run at third. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield up, as Darren said, 1 out. 9th inning, 4-3 Sox. And the pitch, that's down. He backhanded that one again, 2-1. That becomes a habit, and that's not a good one for a catcher to have.
You know, what's the pressure on Jennings, who had that one hiccup? He's thrown the ball great, but in Seattle he hangs one breaking ball. It's hit out for a loss, and he said that was his fault. Does that affect him now?
It should not, because you know you goofed up. You know you hung it. You're going to make the best pitch you can. I think Fowler's going on contact. 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1. A swing and a foul to play. Jammed him with that thing, or he was late on it. And the count 2-2.
And you are right about Fowler going on contact. I mean, there's no way in this situation that you're saying make it get through. He's got to get himself a good secondary lead. Not one where he can get picked off, but a good one. His weight has to be on his right leg towards home plate. And as soon as he sees that contact made, other than back to the pitcher if he reads that, off to the races and hope for the best.
I watched the replay of that. That was a hanging breaking ball.
Yeah, see, you can't get away with them.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Navarro through the signs, make it a good one, DeHonor. And Jennings from the set. Rizzo waits. And here's the deal. Inside and high. Time was called at home plate. I don't get that late.
He held it just long enough to finally get timeout granted as Rizzo was calling for it and received it. Now, given the information, as he missed with a fastball up and in, that's what he's going to remember. He's going to think they're coming back in there with that. It's hard for you to get beat on that pitch when they just showed it to you. I go slider down and away.
I go slider in the dirt, definitely. You have confidence in your catcher also. 2-2 the count, and the 2-2. Slider, hit to left. We got an even game. That's a base hit. We're even at 4.
He didn't dirt it.
That pitch was up and hittable.
I thought it was a great job hitting by Rizzo on the pitch. It was outside, but he flicked his wrist out there and took it away from him. As Rizzo, after taking the fastball up and in, he made the adjustment.
González gets nothing for his start tonight.
I'll say
Pitch
this.
good enough to win.
Everything changed when he was granted timeout.
Yep. That pitch was up too, partner. It may have been off the plate away, but it was up.
Yep. You know, but you cannot say to Jennings, that's a bad pitch. It was 6 inches, 7 inches off the outside corner. You want to talk about plate coverage.
Well, I don't think, as you said, I don't think he thought it might be coming back in.
Yeah.
He's looking center away, and we play this game on averages and what you think is going to happen. He was looking for a pitch center away. Can't blame him for that.
Yeah,
he got it, did something. He could have hooked it on the ground as well. He was intent on hitting the other way. This inning started with 3 hits. The lone out in this inning was a batter retired trying to stretch a single into a double.
Absolutely.
We haven't really gotten an out.
I thought that was just tremendous hitting by Rizzo. He delivered, and the Cubs have delivered in this inning with 4 straight hits.
Yeah.
You got a worn-down bullpen as the situation arose Saturday with Chris Sale missing the start, and then back-to-back days having to use those guys.
Now here's time called again.
Drama in the ballpark. First game between these two teams out of 4 in a row.
I've thought about this for a long time. When they call timeout like this, what I want to do is just get on the rubber and throw the pitch.
Yeah.
You're back in the box. Here it is. Jennings with the throw over to first. That's inconsequential. Rizzo is not. He did not have a lead that was going to tell you he was running.
Yeah, that comes from the bench as Navarro looks into the manager who flashes signs, and then from there tells them what to do. See if they try to sneak a bag.
I think they may bunt here with Zobrist with one out. Look where the infield is. He scores around the bunt. That's taken outside for ball 1. That doesn't mean he was bunting either.
Well, I'll say this. Even though he's your number 4 hitter, Ben Zobrist is not the traditional number 4 hitter. This guy's batted leadoff, second, third. He bats everywhere in the lineup that's needed.
When the White Sox bat in the bottom of this 9th inning, Shuck will lead it off at 7-8-9 for the Sox. Hopefully we'll be there tied at 4. And the 1-0. That's a strike. 1-1. The Sox led 4-0 to the 7th. The 2-run homer made it 4-2. In this inning, it started with a double by Baez. Then a single by Fowler got him in. And a single by Bryant to left down the line. Bryant was thrown out at second with Fowler making third. Came in on Rizzo's head.
White Sox trying to see if they're putting on the hit and run, catch him sleeping, or if he's just guessing and trying to run on a first move by the left-hander.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Jennings, the lefty from the set. A dancing lead by Rizzo away from first in the 1-1. Swinging it long on the right field. Eaton going back with room. Makes the catch. Back to first is Rizzo. He's now there with 2 outs. Cub fans thought that one was gone, did they?
Yeah, they're a little excited.
Yeah. Well, their team's 59-38. They should be. You don't get to 59-38 by rolling over and saying we're down 4-2 here in the 9th. Let's go home.
No, this is a good team.
Well, here's Wilson Contreras digging in at home plate. Infield single. He is 1 for 4 tonight. Now he's a good-looking hitter, too. There's Jennings with a delivery. Outside, ball 1.
They have quite a few guys, as the White Sox do on the disabled list, including Jorge Soler, who would normally be playing the outfield for him.
Good playing right, wouldn't he?
Chris Coughlin's on the DL, another outfielder. And, of course, Kyle Schwarber.
He can hit.
Oh, he can hit.
A kid out of IU, Indiana University, down there in Bloomington, Indiana. What a program they've got working there also. 1 ball, no strikes. Contreras waits with Rizzo at first. Jennings deals. That's down. 2 balls, no strikes.
There have not been many people thinking about leaving this ballpark as they're standing all around, even out on the concourse beyond the outfield bleachers. This beautiful ballpark, even out there on the fan deck, they stand in straightaway center.
2 balls, no strikes. Big pitch to 2-0. Make it 3-0. Okay, if you're Madden and the Cubs here on 3-0, do you let them hit?
I do not.
Okay.
No, you need to make sure you get the man in scoring position. 3-1, he'll probably get just as good an opportunity if he takes a strike here.
I'm candid with this. I think you swing here with the left-handed bat up next. That's just me. The 3-0, he's taken 3-1.
You got a kid hardly with any big league time. You don't put that on him. As a manager, to me, you say no. 3-1, and then he's got 3-2 if 3-1 doesn't work.
Three balls, 1 strike, 2 down. And Jennings with a look at first. And the 3-1. Swinging a base hit into right field.
Just took a fastball off the outside corner, not even a strike. These guys are showing a whole lot of reach across the plate right now.
No, nobody's pitching in.
Wow. When you've got them reaching out and hitting pitches that are not strikes across the field, sooner or later you got to let them know that's unacceptable. Is it Scherzer goes out to run?
I did not hear the announcement.
See who this is. Caesar, that is.
Render.
The new pinch runner at second base for Rizzo.
So the go-ahead run is at second base, and insurance over at first is the aforementioned Jason Hayward. He's the seventh man to bat here in a 2-run ninth so far. And Jennings from the set deals the pitch to Jason. Strike one. Now his night, where Hayward a strikeout in the second, forced play in the fourth, a double to right field in the sixth, and then a forced play in the eighth inning. We're in the ninth. 12 hits now for the Cubs. They've doubled us in hits. We have 6. Game is tied at 4 here in the ninth. Jennings 0-1. That's way inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's amazing to think about how difficult it is to get 3 up, 3 down in the ninth inning in a close game situation. The last time the White Sox did it, I was asked that today, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And I'd have to do some serious research to find that.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. I just want an out here. The 1-1 is fouled to play to the left. That was a humpback line drive. May have broken his bat, and it did. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cub fans have shown up here tonight. The house tonight, tickets sold 39,510. Game 2 tomorrow. Shields will pitch for the Sox. Hendricks for the Cubs. 5:35. Remember, pregame show with Conor McKnight. 6 o'clock lineups. First pitch tomorrow night at 6:10. First things first, get the Cubs out here, get a run in the bottom of the ninth, and go home with a win. Hayward waiting in the left-handed batter's box. Jennings from the set, and time is called again. And that was called by Navarro. The game right here, runners at first and second, ninth inning, 2 outs. Hayward waits for the 1-2. Here it is, down. 2-2 now, even count.
Jennings making sure. I mean, he already probably feels that he's made some mistakes in this inning, which to me he really has. And he's made some good pitches that they've been better. They've beat him.
Yeah.
And he's being very cautious with what he's doing.
2-2 the count. Runners at first and second. Ninth inning, tied at 4. And the 2-2 to Hayward. Swinging a foul back. That was something down the middle. To the mound goes Navarro, the catcher.
Hayward, a little bit out in front of that. Just a last second flip of the wrist to get a piece of it. Hayward wears that protective piece across his jaw from the past being hit by a pitch up there.
Face.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. I might go up there with one of those suits they wore when they were jousting.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame you. I know you
would.
were.
Run in there, I'm sure.
Well, that's when you have that designated runner at home plate.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the 2-2. High and inside, 3-2. What makes this bad is 3-2, the runners are off. So a hard hit ball to the outfield. He scored that runner, Caesar, from second base on a ball directly to an outfielder.
Yeah, this is where you make the pitch of the night. He's going to be trying to cover fastballs in and sliders away.
3-2. And Jennings from the set. Runners at first and second, the 3-2. Struck him out swinging on that high fastball. Nice going, Dan. Nice going for Dan Jennings to get the guy he had to without the White Sox falling behind. They score a couple of runs here in the ninth.
Some changes for the Cubs, and a lot of them. Try and figure it out, give it to you while we can. Caesar, I think, takes over in center field. Hayward moves to right. I do know this. Mike Montgomery is pitching 33 games this year. 32 of them with the Seattle Mariners. He got traded when we got out there to play the Mariners. 3-4 this season. 2 starts he made with a 234 run average. So 61 and 2/3 innings, just 49 hits, 18 walks, 54 strikeouts for the left-handed reliever.
Montgomery's first one in the dirt, ball 1. So we've got the changes right. The outfield from left to right. Contreras, Caesar, Hayward. The infield has Baez from second over to third. Russell, Zobrist from right is playing second base. And who did we announce at first base? Because that pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on J.B. Shuck.
Going to have to reevaluate that.
Yeah.
I believe it might be Baez at first base, yes. And at second base, Zobrist.
So we've got Bryant over at third, Baez at first. That pitch backhanded by Montero, 2-1. I don't know what it is about that pitch for catchers. They have the ability to do that.
Yes.
It's like the glove is going down in a way that the thumb of the catcher's mitt is going down. Then they can catch it like they're just slapping a fly away.
Yes.
2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 for Montgomery, fouled at home plate, 2-2. Edwards Jr. Let me rephrase that.
Oh, yeah, get that right.
2/3, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Albers inning in the third with 3 hits. By the way, the Cubs did score a couple. The tying run, though, was brought home with a runner at third. Here's a swing and a single into center field. That's a base hit. Shuck opens the ninth with a single, and then a wide turn, slides to stop, and he almost went too far, partner.
Yeah, his enthusiasm may have been a little too robust. Let's just say that, as he was thinking, too, when, well, it's a single to center field. He had to put the brakes on just short of halfway, sliding, and then sprinting and diving back to first base. You know, he left nothing up for guessing. He said, I'm diving even if the throw's not coming, which is good.
Normally, I'd say, is Navarro going to bunt? I don't bunt him here. I let him swing the bat and hit the ball to right field. He's got the second baseman, Zobrist, playing towards the bag at second, with the base runner being held at first by Baez. And over there, you've got a wide opening to get a ball through there if you can get it over there. Montgomery with the toss over to first, not fool J.B. Shuck. If you're wondering about him running, he's not going to run. He's got 4 attempted steals. He's been safe half the time.
You know what? I think you might ask him to bunt here. You know, I'm going the opposite of what you were talking about.
Well, I know that Montgomery threw over there to see if he tipped it off. He did not.
No, and I say that only because Robin had us bunting in yesterday's game late in the 9th inning.
Throw over there again. It did show it again. You know, a lot of guys will do that. They know they're not bunting. They see the move over there, and they'll take the bat and just drop it like at their waist.
Yeah.
They don't move it to bunt, but they move it down like they were going to. Navarro at home plate, the winning run at first base. We're in the 9th. And the pitch he shows bunt. That's ball 1.
Yeah, I was curious, and I asked Ray Garcia in our PR department when the last time the White Sox in a close game situation had a 1-2-3 9th inning.
Yeah.
Was on June 26th against Toronto. It was the last time we had a 1-2-3 9th inning.
So it has been done.
Oh, yes. We barely remember it, but it's been done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's the 1-0, and that's high. 2 balls, no strikes. He's showing bunt, then he pulled the bat back like he was going to have the butcher boy, and then it was thrown high. Now, the complicate matters for a pitcher. The catcher comes out and goes, what are you doing?
Well,
you have conferences like this, partner, excuse me, but you can lay one in there, and it can go for a 2-run homer just as well.
Well, I mean, I guess we're kind of both right, because he's showing bunt and then showing hitting. So, I mean, we don't know which one he's really doing. Is he going to bunt this time?
Know, they don't know.
The only one that's trying to figure this out as he's standing there is Navarro.
That's a fact.
Like, what am I going to do? I don't know. Guess I'll swing.
Montgomery from the set to 2-0. He bunts it up the first base line. This is a beauty. Montgomery off the mound. Fields throws to first. The lob toss. The sacrifice goes 1-3. And the winning runs now at second for Saladino.
And a nice bunt by our catcher, Navarro. Perfectly executed up the first base line.
But you couldn't have rolled it out there any better.
No. He had the barrel above the knob of the bat. Let the ball come to him. Didn't go stab at it. And he bunted it perfectly.
Once you drop that barrel of that bat down and you've got the handle higher than the barrel, the bad things are happening. Usually you're going to pop it up if you get it at all.
Well, you and I talk about it all the time. What are you supposed to use to go up and down?
Your legs.
Yes.
Plain and simple.
Not your arms. You don't move them up and down.
No.
You drop. If it's a low pitch, you're bunting. Yeah, well, stairs, yes. But if you're bunting, you want to lower your body with your legs. You don't reach down with the bat. Nothing good usually happens from that. If you want to bunt a high pitch, which is not a good decision in the first place, then you would stand up taller.
Now, if you were me when I was with the Pirates and I was showing you how to bunt with the bat right in front of your face.
I wouldn't have done that.
And he goes, you're not going to try this. You're absolutely right. I'm not trying it.
You
show me.
I might have actually gone to the ownership and said, you should fire that guy.
Broken nose.
I'm just a player, but that's not good teaching.
Saladino at home plate waiting as Montgomery whirls around to try and pick off Shuck from second. The throwing arms in the outfield. I know Hayward's is okay. I don't know about Caesar in center field.
We just don't know.
No. Here's the pitch to Saladino. That's a high strike. That was high. Right at the top of the strike zone. Strike one. I believe he was taking a strike. Most of the people have stayed. We've seen an evacuation by a lot of fans, Cubs as well as Sox. Work is tomorrow also.
Yes.
0-1 the count, and the one strike pitch fouled at a play. That will go upstairs to the club level at least. Maybe crawl down towards the lower deck, and it did. It hopped over.
Yesterday, with the completion of Saturday's continuing game, Eaton was the hero. And later in the day, it was Cabrera was the hero in the ninth inning.
Yeah.
Can it be a new guy today in Saladino?
0-2, the 0-2 pitch, fouled at home plate. Yeah, yesterday was a walk to Eaton, a sacrifice bunt, and a single that got Eaton around off the bat of Melky Cabrera to make the Sox winners at 5-4. First game, he drove in the winning runs. Garcia scored.
Eaton waits on deck, but it would be nice to have three different guys in the bottom of the ninth with the walk-off game-winning base hits.
2 strikes on Tyler Saladino. We're in the ninth, 1 out. A walking lead for Shuck away from second. Montgomery, the lefty, the deal. A switch and a shot up the middle. That's through for a hit. Around third, coming around. The ball's misplayed. Sox win. Sox win on a single by Saladino. As Shuck scores the winning run. And the White Sox come back and win 5-4.
Indeed. 3 straight walk-off wins for the White Sox by 3 different batters driving in the winning runs. And the first game of the 4 straight between the two teams, an extremely exciting one, but the White Sox victorious.
The win to Dan Jennings.
Indeed.
The loss of Mike Montgomery. White Sox fans were not leaving.
Wow.
White Sox had won 3 games in 2 days. Yesterday, 2 games, even though one was a 1-inning win, and then a 9-inning win for the Sox. And they came back after the Cubs tied it with 2 runs at the top of this 9th inning on a single to open it by Shuck, who bunted was perfect, and then a single by Saladino. I believe that was a 1-2 pitch that was drilled up the middle for a game winner.
All I know is just enough speed for Shuck to come around and put the pressure on the center fielder just in the game defensively and have him not come up with it cleanly and never get a chance to make a throw. Wow, that's fun stuff.